takes high on a fastball, it's 1-1. He only has so long to use the timeout, but the pitch clock itself is not part of that. The 15 seconds anyways. The 1-1 is, again, high and outside. A little bit further outside than high this time, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Next offering, Coco pops it up out of play. 2-2. Figueredo batting .354. He's got 9 home runs. Second on the club, tied for third in the Pioneer League. 2-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball.
Oh,
a little badly. Oh, no, he got a piece of it. All right. Just barely got a piece of it. Heck, he might have gotten a piece of it after it bounced. I'm not sure. Either way, Coco staying alive up there. Next offering, he pulls it foul past first base. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. And beg your pardon, Coco's now tied for 4th in the PBL. Abdel Guadalupe hit another one last night. He's at 11. Second, Reese Alexiadis first with 12. And now Figueredo gets hit in the hand, but it got the knob of the bat. So he goes tumbling into the grass behind home plate. Well, that sounded like it got the knob of the bat, but I guess it hit him. So down he goes to first. Thumbs up and a big smile to everyone involved. Dugout, umpires.
I think that might have hit some sort of padding rather than the bat.
Maybe. If it did hit padding, maybe even if it didn't, the acting was good there from Coco.
Well, we expect nothing less.
Matt Golda takes strike 1. Right-handed batter. Gets a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Golda DH'd last night. 2 hits and 2 walks. Takes low and outside. It's 1-1. Has made some really nice contact as a Jackalope. The stats a little bit for him is still early in his career, don't necessarily show what he's done, though they still are good. .360 batting average, but he only has 9 hits. He shoots this one foul off the tower. It's a missile. It's 1-2. We've remarked on it a couple of times, but his first 2 or 3 games as a Jackalope, he had a bunch of balls on the screws, couldn't get a hit. He's gotten a lot more of those since. Has found himself higher in the order. Out of UAB, the 1-2. Off speed just off the plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Golda's been on the roster for 2-3 weeks now.
Not even, maybe 2, 1.5.
Yeah, he's turned into a real key plug-and-play piece for Chris Nobbenshoe. DH played
there goes short. Figueredo. 2-2 is grounded foul.
Played all over the infield. He's even caught.
Yeah, the emergency catcher at the moment with Alex Nielsen banged up, and that's a necessary role with the fact that Austin Chenard and Tyler Sandoval are still unable to play. Chenard a hand issue. Sandy's still dealing with a concussion. 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the first. Pitch to Golda, gets under it, out to center field. Coming on is Carson, a little bit of a long run, but he's able to get there and make the catch. Out number 1 recorded by Christian Day. Vibes lead at 3-0 as Joe Johnson comes to the plate. Joe's been hitting second for a while now, and with Golda inserted in that spot down in the 3-hole in this ball game.
More of a lineup shakeup than we've seen in a while from this Jackalopes team, Chris Nobbenshoe.
Joe, left-handed batter. Day out of the stretch, delivers, and Joe hits it on the ground towards second. Chance for 2. Encarnacion goes to the bag for 1. Return throw from Peralta is in time, apparently. Pretty darn close, but Johnson out by a hair, and that will end the inning. 4-6-3 goes the double play. Christian Day faces the minimum. We'll go to the second. 3-0 Vibes here on the Jackalopes Media Network. Catcher David Martinez leads off the top of the second inning. 9-hole hitter for the Vibes. Going to start behind the dish. First pitch to the right-handed batter is swung on and missed. Keenan Bartlett starts with a slider on the outside. Martinez couldn't find it. From Caracas, Venezuela, originally in the Marlin system. 1 is below the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. 26-year-old David Martinez. One pitch, strokes foul down the right side, and it's a 1-2 count. Bartlett able to get ahead of a hitter here. Got attacked early in some counts in the first inning, gave up 3 straight hits, and then a big double with 2 outs. Vibes scored 3. Martinez takes outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rocky Mountain leads it 3-0 here in the top of the second. Fifth game for Martinez. Checks his swing, but takes strike 3 called on the outside corner. Cody Cornett starts the lawnmower. Martinez sits down for out number 1. Brick Carson will get his second chance in as many innings. Grounded out first pitch swinging to begin this ball game. First one to Carson is fastball just a tad low, and I think David Martinez looking at that one saying that location looks familiar. Here's the 1-0. Change up in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Carson hitting .304 in 6 games as a Vibe. That is to say he's 7 for 23 with the home run. 1-1 on the ground up the middle. Backhanding his Golda. It goes off his glove. He picks it up and has no play. And that'll be an infield single for Carson. That one was bound for center field. Golda had to show off the range to even get leather on it. And there's a man on for Joe Encarnacion. Encarnacion started the trouble in the first for Bartlett with a single. A little bloop single that, looking back, was key for Rocky Mountain. First pitch to him here is big bender at 74 for strike 1.
Yeah, just a little pop-up that found some grass in right field. And the difference between Encarnacion being a base runner and Bartlett retiring the first 2 guys of this game ended up being massive.
0-1 is a fastball that brushes Encarnacion back. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, massive to the tune of 3 runs. Who knows how many would have scored had that ball been caught. But as it is, a 3-0 Vibes lead here as we play the second. Bartlett in the shadow of the tower, looking in. Now delivers. Tried that curveball again, missed outside. Backhanded by Shoemaker. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Encarnacion. Wearing the powder blue The Springs uniforms today. White numerals on the back. I think Toasty, the living s'more on the left sleeve. Two-one, there goes the runner. Encarnacion hits it a ways back to right center field. Got some carry to it. It's up against the base of the wall. Carson's going to score easily. Encarnacion thinking about 3. Gordon's throw on the cutoff into third, and Figueredo dropped the pick. And Encarnacion safe with a triple. Throw beat him to the bag, but Figueredo couldn't flag it down. Pretty good throw, honestly, from Gordon, who was deep into right field when he released that ball.
Great relay by the Jackalopes. I thought Encarnacion had an easy triple and quite honestly should have been out on that play.
Drives in a run, and it's 4-0 Rocky Mountain. Casey Peterson at the bat. He singled in the first. First pitch to him is in around the left foot for ball 1. Rest of the Vibes uniform, gray pants with navy socks, a Baby blue cap with a navy brim. The CS, the C being a marshmallow with a bite out of it. Pitch, and Peterson hammers one to right. That'll get foul, though. As it hooks around the foul pole, it's 1-1. Ball was smoked, just was out ahead of it. Jackalopes in their black uniforms. White Jakes across the front, lightning bolt beneath it. White numerals on the back. Black, white, and blue tricolored caps with the blue and purple GJJ on the front. Curveball drops in for strike 2 on Peterson.
Good job by the battery of Bartlett and Shoemaker. Peterson out in front of that fastball. That's the same pitch he hit for a base hit on 0-2 last at bat. Throw something soft.
1-2, they throw something soft again. It's a changeup on the inside corner for a call. It's strike 3. Third strikeout of the day for Keenan Bartlett. And now there are 2 down. But the dangerous Dusty Stroop with the chance to drive in a 2-out run. Encarnacion at third base. Runs already across to score here in this top of the second. 4-0. Vibes lead it. First pitch is that curveball in for strike 1. Stroop lets it go by.
Massive second out of the inning. Takes the sacrifice fly away. Allows Jackalopes to play the infield back.
0-1. Fastball blown by Stroop at 91. Good change of speed.
Well, they were playing with fire there. That's a carbon copy of the first at bat when Stroop took a first pitch breaking ball and crushed a second pitch fastball, and he nearly did the same.
Singled and drove in the first run of the ball game in the first. Pitch, and Stroop hits one high in the air out to left center field. Going back is Wong. At the track, at the wall, it's off the wall. Runs in to score. Wong stumbles coming off the warning track. Cruz is the one who picks it up. Stroop's on his way to third base. Cruz's throw is a good one, but he really had no chance at Dusty Stroop, who's in with the second triple of the inning. Another run tripled home, and it's 5-0 Rocky Mountain. Edmund Americon will get another go. Drove in a run with the fielder's choice his first time. Dimensions of the ballpark, 302 in left, 400 in center, 330 down the right field line. First pitch from Bartlett to Americon is fouled off the left side into the Vibe bullpen. And Americon falls behind 0-1. Deepest part of the yard in left center, right center where the walls meet. Big media tower down the right field line, casting a shadow over the right side of the infield. 0-1. Just below the knees. It's a ball and a strike. Bartlett winds and brings it home. Breaking ball on the ground to second, past a diving Golda into right field, a base hit. Stroop scores. And another 3 spot for Rocky Mountain. It's 6-0 Vibes. 8 hits in the first 2 innings for Rocky Mountain. Steve Barmakian, another chance. Reached on the catcher's interference back in the first. First pitch fastball that he's late on, fouled back. Bartlett has been fairly accurate, hasn't gotten into too many deep counts, just a couple full counts in the ball game, but he's just plain getting hit right now. 0-1, fastball is low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. If I was to diagnose a little bit, it seems like when they've attacked fastball, even when he has mixed up pitches, which he has done better here in the second, it's just a pretty straight fastball that he's not really painting with, and the Vibes are having their way with that heater. 1-1, fastball fouled back.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier in the inning, if you're not going to fool him with your pitch mix, you need to get that fastball in on the hands, and that just hasn't happened. A lot of these guys, Encarnacion, Stroop, all going either down the middle or to the opposite field because they got to extend their arms on the swing.
Trying to get out of the inning here. 1-2 on Barmakian, here it comes. Runner takes off. Hit in the air out to left. Cruz coming in on it, as is Wong. Crucy will take over and make a running catch in left center field to retire the side. But another trio of runs for the Vibes. We go to the bottom of the second, 6-0 Vibes here in the Jackalopes Media Network.
Top of the second inning, Jake Cruz swings at the first pitch. It's a chopper to second base. And Encarnacion will throw to Peterson, and Cruz is retired. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the top of the second. Bottom of the second, sorry.
Yeah, Christian Day is flying right now. He's faced 3 batters in the first, and 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second. And now face Ron Washington Jr. back in the lineup after dealing with a tight hamstring the last few days. Right-handed batter, first pitch to him. It's a breaking ball, and he crushes it down the left side. That one is off the top of the mini monster and left. A long, long base hit for Ron Washington Jr. Boy, was he sitting on that pitch first thing.
Oh, he sure was. Thought that might sneak over the mini monster and left. It doesn't. Obviously, in this park, that's not going to be anything more than a single, but good to see Washington back in the lineup and not have any rust at all.
That's what you want, right? First pitch, don't even have to worry about it.
Nope.
Anthony Ray to the plate, left-handed batter. First pitch to A-Ray is in the dirt, ball 1. Ray moving down just a little bit in the order. He was hitting third yesterday. Adding .354 with the home run. Gotten a lot more playing time of late. Takes a fastball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Ray from Chicago. He's mentioned Bartlett, the second oldest guy on the roster. Ray is the oldest. Elder statesman for these Jackalopes. 2-0 pitch. Fastball. That one finds the black on the outside for strike 1. Washington can run a little bit over at first, though we'll see how much he's able to do that with the hamstring. It's supposed to be feeling all better, but, you know, just coming off that injury. Might not risk it. His pitch is up high. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
Obviously, the reason that RWJ is DHing and in the 5-hole is to ease him back from that injury. Expect both of those things to change within the next couple days.
3-1 pitch is another fastball and another good one on the outside for strike 2. Well, full count on Anthony Ray. 6-0 Vibes lead here in the bottom of the second. Washington away from first. Day looks over his shoulder at him. He'll come set at the belly. Long pause and now kicks and fires. Breaking ball, Ray just got a piece of it and fouls it back. Ray, that short, compact swing where he just kind of coils up like a spring and then unloads all the force into the baseball. Just nicked that last pitch. Another payoff. It's high and outside. Another fastball that missed. And Ray just got himself a free pass. And the Jackalopes have 2 men aboard with 1 out for Matthew Wong. A promising start to the inning. See what Wong can do with it. Matt Wong from Mililani, Mocha, Hawaii. Playing in game number 15 as a Jackalope and as a professional. Rough night last night, but overall hitting .283 with 3 home runs. Right-handed hitter against Christian Day. First pitch to Wong is a breaking ball that is up a little bit, I suppose, maybe outside, and it's ball 1. That one's one of those that's in the perfect spot with our angle down the right field line here. Can't really tell where it missed. 1-0. Similar pitch, similar miss. 2 balls and no strikes on Wong. He's got the sign he likes. Here's his 2-0. On the ground towards second. To the bag for 1 goes Encarnacion. Peralta's return to first, not in time. So it'll be a fielder's choice, going 4 to 6. Wipes Ray off the base paths. Washington goes to third. He'll be on the corners with 2 outs for the shortstop, Colin Gordon. Gordo, a mainstay in this lineup. A lot of it due to his glove, but the bat has come alive recently. He's got the average up to .328, the terrific .412 on base percentage. First one, and Gordon waves and misses at a breaking ball below the zone for strike 1.
Definitely the biggest offensive jolt of the night last night for the Jackalopes, a 2-run home run.
5th of the season for Gordo. 0-1, change up, a little rollover job towards second. Going to his left is Encarnacion on the outfield grass. Throws out Colin Gordon. The Jackalopes threaten but do not score here in the last of the second. We go to the third, 6-0 Vibes here on the Jackalopes Media Network. Six runs and 8 hits on the board for Rocky Mountain. Jackalopes, not so much. They have yet to score against Christian Day. Keenan Bartlett looking for his first good inning here in the third. Get the bottom third of the lineup to try and do that. But that bottom third has already seen him once. Elvis Peralta will lead things off. Doubled against Bartlett back in the first. Six nothing lead for the Vibes. Bartlett's first pitch, and Peralta Hits it high in the air down the left field line in foul territory. Figueredo, Gordon, actually, so that one stayed fair. Gordon right on the line makes the catch. 4 out, number 1.
Good communication by the Jackalope infield. That's sort of in that no man's land where we've seen plenty of balls drop. But Gordon got a great jump on that ball and had the better angle than Figueredo did. Calls him off, makes the catch. Good thing, because it was in fair territory.
Stephen Wilmer now struck out to end the first inning. And a good pitch right at the knees. The slider from Bartlett gets him strike 1. Keenan working pretty quick. Delivers the 0-1 pitch, a fastball at the neck for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike pitch is down and in. 2-1 on Wilmer. Jackalopes find themselves 7 games out of first place as we begin play here tonight. 2-1, fastball, fouled back. A 2-2 count now on the left fielder, Stephen Wilmer. Vibes 9 games back of the lead in the Pioneer League South. Ogden lost last night. Boise gained a game back. They're 3 games behind. Pitch is low. Full count on Wilmer. Wilmer worked a full count back in the first. Bartlett trying to win the battle again. Here he comes. Fastball. Fighting it off. Stephen Wilmer fouls it away onto the bleachers in Section R. Bartlett squats down behind the mound, on the rubber anyway, and now climbs back atop it, ready to go. Another payoff pitch on the way. Chopped foul down the first base side toward the Jackalope dugout. Now to play.
And Wilmer's been the exception to the rule. Not a lot of deep counts for Bartlett, but he's had 2 very deep ones.
Another 3-2, taken way upstairs, ball 4.
That continues the theme. Stephen Wilmer worked 3 walks out of the 9-hole in yesterday's game. Batting 8th, 2 deep counts. That is huge at the bottom of your lineup, turning it over to the top.
Hitting in the 8-hole tonight, so now the bottom of the order comes up in the form of David Martinez, who's also a strikeout victim of Bartlett. First time around. First pitch to him here is a breaking ball that Bartlett didn't find the right grip on. It's inside for ball 1. Next pitch is a fastball high for ball 2. Noise you're hearing in the background about, well, what did you say, 20 bikers just driving in formation down North Avenue now. Why? I don't know.
Saturday and it's nice out. Good a reason as any.
Good enough. 2-0, fastball chopped on the ground to Gordon. Backing up on it, has some trouble with it, and can't pick it up off the outfield grass, and everybody's safe. That's just a tough one to back up on. It ate up Colin Gordon as he went to the high backhand to try and flag it down, and tried to just kind of scoop it off the grass, flip it barehanded to Golda covering second to salvage an out.
Well, certainly not an easy play to make for Colin Gordon, but he doesn't make it any easier by retreating on this ball. You're totally off balance and reacting to a hop you're not going to have a lot of time to react to.
Knee 6, and there are 2 men on for the top of the order, and Brett Carson takes inside for ball 1. Bartlett on 1-0. Delivers a fastball that's upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes on Carson. 6-0 lead for the Vibes here in the top of the 3rd inning. Keenan Bartlett has already thrown 66 pitches. Not through the 3rd inning yet. His 2-0 pitch is a fastball down and in, ball 3. Bartlett just, I want to say the body language is poor, but he knows what's happened. The 3-0 fastball just clips the zone on the bottom for strike 1.
Well, the body language is pretty poor. I was going to say something after the pitch.
Johnson playing in front of the runner at first. Middle shaded for a double play. 3-1 pitch. Chopper towards that middle. Golda fields it, flips backhand to Gordon at second, and he throws it away. Run's going to come in to score. And it's now 7-0. It's going to be another error against Colin Gordon. Golda made a decent play at second. Was going to have to hurry as it was a little chopper. It was hit reasonably hard for a chopper, but, well, still bounding out there. And Golda backhanded it. The toss was a little bit high, but Gordon just rushed the throw, pulled it up the line, and that was all she wrote. Next pitch is outside for ball 1. You can never assume the double play, but still an error on Gordon that allowed the run to score. Had his throw been accurate, even if he doesn't get him out, that run does not cross.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tough luck error on Gordon because he does force the throw, but the feed from Golda wasn't that great either.
Fouled back by Encarnacion, 1-1.
Gordon had to reach high into his glove side and had to bring the ball back down and just tried to rush the throw and wasn't set. Pulled it to the left.
Still a chance to make this the best inning of the night for Keenan Bartlett. Giving up 3 in the first 2, just 1 so far here with 2 outs. Chance to get out of things against Encarnacion. Keenan up above 70 pitches now. Brings the 1-1 home. Fastball underneath the hands for ball 2. Encarnacion kind of twists his toes to the inside in his tall right-handed stance. Pitch, and he golfs it foul down the right side, and the count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackalopes trail 7-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bartlett brings the pitch home. Off-speed pitch chopped off the foot, maybe the batter's box. Encarnacion will do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bartlett in sunlight now, home plate in shadow. The evening starts to settle in on the Grand Valley. 2-2, there goes Carson from first. Pitch is low and outside. Throw from the knees of Shoemaker, and it's nowhere near in time. Brett Carson got a heck of a jump. He easily takes second. Full count, the pitch. Encarnacion lifts it foul down the right side. We'll do it again. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bartlett having to work extremely hard here through these first 3 innings. Next offering. Little rollover down towards second. Golda goes to his right, fields and throws, and sends us to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Just 1 run across the score this time, but it makes it a 7-0 Vibes lead. Last of the 3rd is next here on the Jackalopes Media Network.
Here we go. We got some music trivia over here in section I. Yeah, we got the long thing over here. So basically, we're going to play 3 songs. If you can guess the name of the song or the artist, they win. So you guys ready? You're ready. Hey, DJ, no request. Play the first song. Clean, yes, good job. Look at that, look at that. Let's play that second song. House of the Rising Sun, good, 2 for 2. Look at that. Okay. Here comes the third song. This one might be the hardest, I don't know. Who? Yes, for who? Look at that, 3 for 3. You guys are awesome. You're basically the most musically knowledge people here at the game. Round of applause for them. Thank you so much. Exactly. One more thing. Can you guys say go Jackalopes? Hey, let's go Jackalopes. Thank you so much, guys. Leading off for the Jackalopes, catcher, number 26, Austin Shoemaker.
Jackalopes in a 7-0 hole as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Austin Shoemaker will lead off. Last man not to bat in this ball game. Left-handed catcher swings and misses for strike 1. Got a slider from Christian Day. He's out ahead of it. And the right-hander works ahead. 0-1. Breaking ball. Shoemaker takes it into left center field. That's going to drop in there for a hit and extra bases. Rolls all the way to the track before Carson flags it down. And Austin Shoemaker pulls into second base with a stand-up leadoff double. Maybe something to jumpstart the Jackalopes here in this 3rd. Lineup card turns over to Coco Figueredo.
Well, at the very least, you hope it jumpstarts Shoemaker offensively. That part of his game had been lagging behind the defense in recent weeks. Defense has been great. But, yeah, just sort of ran into a breaking ball. They tried to double up on that pitch, and Shoemaker made the adjustment with his timing.
First pitch to Coco is low for ball 1. Glad to see Coco standing in there alive and well after he was rocked by a hit-by-pitch. I mean, he...
Death-defying experience.
He wound up all the way in the grass behind the batter's circle. So we were worried about him. Here's the 1-0. Fastball up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. I've often heard Coco compared to a soccer player, and, well, at least the stereotypical one anyway, and that's what happened in the first. Here's the 2-0. Fastball. Coco leaves it up for ball 3. First base open. Matt Golda waits on deck. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Jackalopes. Figueredo takes the 3-0 down the right field line, but hooked it foul. Got his pitch, or at least he thought so, but it was a changeup that he was out ahead of. And it's 3-1.
Decent gamble, one of the better hitters in this lineup. Somebody Navanshu trusts to swing 3-0. Obviously, a home run there would have changed the outlook of this game significantly.
3-1. Fastball misses way up there for ball 4. Coco is on for the 2nd time. He will, as he usually does, kind of half jog his way down to first. And there are 2 on for Matt Golda. Jackalope second baseman flew out to center his first time. Trying to put the Jackalopes on the board, trailing 7-0. Squares to bunt, lays it down right back to the mound. Day spins, throws to third, gets the out there. And not a successful bunt for Matt Golda. Just pushed it right back to the mound. Day, a relatively easy PFP. Gets the lead runner. There's 1 out. Runners change places. Figueredo at second, Golda at first for Joe Johnson.
Yeah, unfortunately for Golda, he just hits that right down the middle. Either side, he gets the job done, but
Joe Johnson at the plate. Left-handed batter strokes one into right field, sliding and picking up in front of the grass is Bermakian, able to glove it for out number 2. It's kind of an awkward slide for Steve Bermakian. Glove motion almost like he's picking it at first base, but got it in the air. Figueredo able to get back to second. Now it'll be up to Jake Cruz to try and get a run in here.
Man, baseball's a game of inches, right? Golda, a few inches to the left or the right on that bunt. We've got runners on second and third, and just a couple inches, Bermakian's glove doesn't get under that shot from Johnson.
Cruz chopper right back to the mound. Day waits for it to come down, jogs to first, flips it to Peterson, and once again the Jackalopes get a couple of men on but can't bring any of them around. After 3 innings, it's a 7-0 Vibes lead from the Jackalopes Media Network.
Fans, don't forget to check out the healthy food options when you're over at the concession areas tonight. All the healthy food options brought to you by our founding partner, City Market. You know City Market, hometown grocer, hometown team. That's City Market. You know, nothing beats the power and excitement of live events. You guys know that. And that's what Ticket Smarter is all about. Now for theater events, concerts, sports, you guys really need to hook up with TicketSmarter.com. When you get home tonight, if you're serious about this, there's only one place to go. That's TicketSmarter.com. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Jackalopes. Right-hander, number 21, Connor Barton. Once again, we want to welcome all of our friends from the Mason County Landfill that are having a great time at the best seat in the house. That's up on the second floor.
7-0 lead for the Vibes as we head to the 4th inning. Here with the play-by-play is Paxton.
Thank you, Ethan. 7-0 lead for Rocky Mountain over the Grand Junction Jackalopes, and there is a new pitcher on the mound for the home team. It's Connor Barton, 5'10" right-hander from Tucson, Arizona. Previously played at Park University. Barton relieves the starter Keenan Bartlett, who goes 3 innings, gives up 7 runs and 8 hits in this one. And Barton will contend with the middle of the Vibes order, starting with the number 3 hitter Casey Peterson. Here's his first pitch. It's taken for ball 1.
Barton, one of those classic middle relief guys for the Jackalopes. Doesn't always come on when the game is as out of hand as this one is.
Pitch misses again. The count is 2-0 on Peterson. Yeah, Barton, 10 appearances so far on the season, 16 in the 3rd innings. He's pitched to a 7.7 ERA. Here's the 2-0 that also misses.
For a team that has seen some lackluster performances out of the bullpen, Barton has at least been consistent compared to some of the other guys. I know the ERA is over 7.
Well, he misses with 4 straight to open this outing. It's a leadoff walk for Casey Peterson.
But Barton has been able to get some outs at times. No, starter doesn't go long enough. He's mostly worked in the 6th and sometimes even the 7th inning. But he's going to be asked to give a little bit of length here this afternoon. It's going into evening now.
Jackalopes need outs from whoever can get them. Dusty Stroop is the batter now, cleanup hitter. He's going to take outside for ball 1. Barton yet to find the zone. Successful day at the office so far for Stroop. He is singled and tripled. Swings at this one, pops it up in the air, shallow right field. Coming in is Ray and making the catch for the first out of the inning.
That almost got real interesting for Anthony Ray. He overran it a little bit, had to reach back behind him and able to glove it. And so oh well, but that really could have turned out poorly for Anthony Ray.
Edmund Americon will bat now, the designated hitter, after serving as the left fielder during the series opener last night. First pitch from Barton, that's in there for strike one.
Yeah, Americon probably glad he's not in left field today. Had some trouble with the high skies. Lost a couple balls early.
Next pitch is in there again for a strike. Went changeup first pitch, fastball second pitch, both called strikes. Barton's ahead in the count 0-2 on Americon.
Really dotted up that fastball nicely.
There's the 0-2, swung on, hit in the air to left field. Cruz ranging over, makes the catch, and there are 2 out.
Nice work by Barton to come back after the leadoff walk, throws 5 straight balls to start the inning, but then able to get a couple of good outs, kept some hitters off balance, and it's really worked the corners nicely.
Yep. Jackalopes could sure use a 0 on the scoreboard. It's been 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and 1 in the third so far for the Vibes. First pitch to Steve Barmakian is low for ball 1. Barmakian reached on catcher's interference in the first inning and then flew out to left in inning number 2.
It's been that kind of game where we're in the fourth talking about multiple at-bats.
From the 6-hole hitter, no less.
Yeah.
Pitch misses again. Count is 2-0. Barmakian. Barton throws. That one misses as well.
Got to try and get through the inning here if you're Connor Barton. Started off with a walk. Want to avoid that here with 2 outs. Don't let a runner get into scoring position, and all of a sudden a little blooper. You've given up a run after all the hard work you've done.
Does fire a strike with the 3-0 offering. So it will be a 3-1 count after the get-me-over fastball. 2 out in the inning. Casey Peterson on at first base. Here's the pitch from Barton. Swung on, hit, one hopper to first base, gloved by Joe Johnson. He'll step on the bag, and that will retire the side. So for the first time today, the Jackalopes put up a 0 on the scoreboard defensively. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 7-0 Rocky Mountain here on the Jackalopes Media Network.
Happy 12-year-old birthday to Caden. Caden, happy 12 years of age tonight. Liam, you're 8, I guess, huh? 8 years old tonight. Liam, happy birthday. Ryden, 5 years of age. Happy birthday to Ryden. And Casey Sully, 30 years of age. Happy birthday to Casey. By golly, if you've got a special birthday or an anniversary that you would like to have announced during the middle of the 4th inning here at a Jackalope home game, just contact the Jackalope front office at 970-255-7625. We'll get her done.
Like you, we are proud to call Colorado home, and we're committed to giving back to the communities we serve across our great state. We're up and going.
Leading off for the Jackalope, designated hitter, number 23.
Bottom of the 4th inning back here at Simplesio Field. Pioneer League baseball action between the Grand Junction Jackalopes and the Rocky Mountain Vibes. It's the visiting Vibes with the 7-0 lead heading into the bottom of the 4th. The starter, Christian Day. First offering is inside ball 1 to Ron Washington Jr. Second pitch is hit high in the air, but right at the center fielder, Carson, who will make the catch and retire RWJ for out number 1 of inning number 4.
Ron back after the, not necessarily the DL, but back from his injury, has seen all of 3 pitches in 2 at-bats.
Anthony Ray will bat now with 1 out, nobody on. He'll take the first pitch low and inside from Day. Second pitch, swung on, hit towards the gap in right field, but ranging over and making the catch is Barmakian. And after 4 pitches, there are 2 outs in this bottom of the 4th inning.
Day has not been overpowering so far, but he's been able to get outs using his defense.
Matt Wong will be the hitter with 2 out, nobody on. Here's Christian Day's first pitch. It's taken for a strike. Wong, former University of Hawaii player, swings at this one. He's going to line it down the right field line for a base hit. Fair ball. It's going to reach the wall. Wong is at second. He will be held there with a stand-up double. First extra base hit of the night, or excuse me, make that the second extra base hit of the night for the Jackalopes, but a little something cooking here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, as the Jakes will have 1 more opportunity with 2 outs to drive in a runner from scoring position.
Third man they've gotten to second base here in this ball game, yet to be able to score. So important here to try and get something with 2 outs.
Colin Gordon will hit from the left side against Day. The first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Gordon grounded out to second base in his previous plate appearance. Did have a 2-run home run last night. The 0-1 from Day is swung on and missed. Well behind that fastball was Colin Gordon, who will take his offensive timeout.
Just the 3rd hit of the ball game on Wong's double. He's been few and far between. Just again emphasizes the point of trying to take advantage of your Gordon.
0-2 pitch is well high with the fastball. Gordon doesn't bite. Count is 1-2. With Wong out there on at second base, Jackalopes looking to get on the board. Here's the 1-2 pitch, low and away for ball 2. That was softer. Bikers are really out in full force today.
That's a Mustang, and the fella forgot that the muffler was invented.
Here's the 2-2. That is also high. And Gordon has worked the count full after falling behind 0-2.
Hazard of building your ballpark on the main drag in town. Got those folks out and about, especially on a Saturday.
Full count pitch to Gordon. He's going to get rung up looking. Doesn't like the call, but it will end the inning. So once again, no runs for the Jackalopes. They do get 1 hit, leave him stranded at second base. We'll head to the 5th inning. It is the Rocky Mountain Vibes 7, Grand Junction Jackalopes 0 here on the Jakes Media Network.
Hello, hello. We got a little competition going on over here. We got race against the clock. Basically, all they have to do is race all the way down to that western slope auto pull and back in less than 30 seconds. If they do that, they win. Over here, we got Connor. Connor, wave to the crowd, man. Then we got Jackson. Wave to the crowd, dude. Then we got Macy. Macy, wave to the crowd. Okay, are you guys ready? Go. Here they go. We got 20 seconds left. Oh. Hurry up. 15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Hey, give it a round of applause, everyone. That was a lot of fun. One more thing. You guys say go Jackalopes. Hey, let's go Jackalopes. Thank you so much. Another round of applause. Leading off for the Vibes, shortstop, number 3, Elvis Peralta.
Fifth inning underway here from Sam Simplesio Field. 7-0 lead for Rocky Mountain. As Connor Barton gets ready to begin his second inning of work out of the bullpen, his first pitch to Elvis Peralta is low and inside for ball 1. Barton on in relief of the starter. Keenan Bartlett went 3 innings, gave up all 7 runs that are currently on the scoreboard in this game. Barton's second pitch misses again. Here's the 2-0 delivery. That is very low as well. Barton started the previous inning with a 4-pitch walk, recovered to make it a scoreless frame, but it's 3/4 of the way to getting off to the same inauspicious beginning once again. This time he fires a strike on 3-0. So it will be a 3-1 count to Elvis Peralta, the Rocky Mountain Vibes shortstop, hitting 7th in the order. 3-1 pitch is also in there for a strike. And Barton has battled back to work the count full.
Yeah, better result here for Barton in this inning. You like to see that if you're the pitching staff, coach.
Full count pitch hit on the ground to second base, up with the ball Golda. He'll fire to first. And there is one out in the inning. Leadoff man retired for the Vibes and Connor Barton.
And that's awesome for Connor Barton to be able to work back from a 3-0 count to getting a soft ground ball for an out. Really looked better towards the end of that 4th inning than he did at the beginning, and continuing that on here into the 5th.
First pitch to Stephen Wilmer is outside for ball 1. Barton's previous appearance before this one was against these Rocky Mountain Vibes back on June 23rd. He went 1 1/3 innings, so he's already equaled that here today as the 1-0 is high and outside for ball 2. 1 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, neither was earned. A walk and 2 strikeouts for Barton. The 2-0 is in there for a strike.
And that kind of illustrates something for the Jackalopes. Obviously, the pitching has not been what they've wanted this year, but kind of the unseen specter of some of that has been the defense. It's been largely poor.
2-1 pitch, high and away. Yeah, this is a Jackalopes team that's been able to score some runs. Got multiple guys up on the home run leaderboard, multiple guys on the batting average leaderboard, but they've just been playing a lot of slugfests. And that 3-1 pitch misses high and away. Stephen Wilmer is an on-base machine, drawing his 2nd walk of the game, his 5th walk of the series.
Yeah, that's all he's done as a Vibe is walk.
Yeah. Yet to put the ball in play as a professional, hasn't had to. Here's the first pitch from Barton to Davey Martinez, the catcher. It's swung on and missed. He was well out in front of a changeup. Martinez struck out, reached on an error. 0-1 pitch is hit in the air. High fly ball ranging over towards foul territory is Cruz. He makes the catch, leaning all the way over the railing. Out of play by the sort of maintenance yard out there in foul territory in left field by where the batting practice cage is stored.
And that's that area with the low fence that's, I don't know, 2.5 feet high, maybe 3 feet high, where if you ran into it full speed and didn't see it, you go toppling over and hurt yourself. Leave maligned that before on this broadcast, but it allowed Cruz to just reach over and make a nice grab.
Well, and yeah, Crucey's home ballpark, he knew exactly where he was. Got to the wall, leaned over, figured out if he could make the catch, and he could. First pitch missed from Barton. Second pitch misses as well. Brett Carson, top of the order, is in the box. 2 outs, runner on first. After that, will go down as a foul out for Martinez, despite being hit pretty well. Next pitch is low, and it's 3-0.
This happened to Barton in the last inning where he got 2 outs and then all of a sudden couldn't find the zone.
It's been the first batter of the inning and first batter after getting to 2 outs that have given him trouble, as the next pitch also misses for ball 4.
Well, they are out in force tonight, aren't they? Out on North Avenue.
Something's going on.
We had one drive by yesterday and had someone visiting our office, and it quite literally shook the building.
Crazy.
And he's like, what is that? Well, it happens every night.
Joe Encarnacion steps in, will take ball 1. Encarnacion getting the start today, played half the game yesterday, came on as some sort of replacement. Is the 1-0 pitch. It's in there for strike 1. He has done well. He's singled and tripled and grounded out to second. Plate appearances in each of the first 3 innings. Now bats again here in the 5th. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss.
That triple part of the 2 triple inning in the second, allowing the Vibes to score 3. They've scored 7 so far, lead at 7-0.
That triple was crushed. It was to the opposite field, out to the deepest part of the park in right center field. 1-2 pitch is a bit low and outside. That'll even the count at 2.
Not a bad pitch on 1 and 2 there from Barton.
No, not at all. Encarnacion doesn't bite. 2-2 count, runners on first and second. Connor Barton trying to keep this game at 7-0. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Just outside. Barton was headed off the mound into the dugout. He'll have to recompose himself for hopefully just 1 more pitch. It is a full count. Spotted up nicely, just a bit outside in the judgment of the umpire. Here's the full count pitch. It's fouled back to the screen, and we'll do it again.
The problem with that is now it starts the runners, so
yeah.
Ball in the gap, especially with Carson at first, could easily score 2.
Encarnacion, pretty good speed at the plate as well. Runners will get a running start with the full count. Barton comes set. Here is the pitch. It's hit on the ground to second. Up with the ball, Gordon. He'll throw across to first in time, and that'll retire the side. Connor Barton has thrown 2 scoreless innings of relief out of the bullpen. Now it's the Jackalopes' turn to see if they can get on the board. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's still 7-0. Rocky Mountain Vibes on top here on the Jackalopes Media Network.
So visit the Home Plate Grill. Tell them that Allen Wine is what you need right now. Come on, that's where we all share the joy of the wine. The baseball fans, don't miss that next pitch. With FloBaseball, you've got access to all the live events this current baseball season. Visit FloBaseball.tv. Catch all the action live, archive footage. You name it, they've got it. That's FloBaseball.tv. for the Jackalopes, catcher, number 26, Austin Shoemaker.
Austin Shoemaker will dig in, bottom of the 5th inning. 9-1-2 scheduled to bat for the Jackalopes. Shoemaker takes the first pitch for a strike as Rocky Mountain Vibes starter Christian Day begins his 5th inning of work. Put up all zeros on the scoreboard so far. The 0-1 pitch misses high and away for ball 1.
Yeah, pitching to contact, but getting pretty weak contact most of the time.
1-1 pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. Count will go to 1-2. Christian Day's previous start, June 25th, against these same Grand Junction Jackalopes. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits and 5 runs, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Improved upon that so far today. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Shoemaker. It's hit on the ground to second, fielded by Encarnacion over to first in time. And Shoemaker is retired. There's 1 away in the 5th inning.
Top of the order for the Jackalopes, third baseman number 1, Coco Figueredo.
We'll see Coco Figueredo for the 3rd time today. He's been on twice, still looking for his first official at bat, as he's been hit by a pitch and has walked. First pitch from Day misses. For ball 1. 1-0 pitch goes with the breaking ball, floats it in for a strike.
Jackalopes have been able to get a couple of runners on against Day. They've had 3 men reach second base. I want to say the second or third, they had first and second with nobody out and couldn't do anything with it.
Started with the bad bunt. And a line out to right field. The 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Day jumps ahead in the count, 1-2. Figueredo tied for 4th in the Pioneer League with 9 home runs. The man he's tied with is at third base, Dusty Stroop. Here's the 1-2. It's hit well on a line, but right at the center fielder, Brett Carson, who will put it away for out number 2.
Well, even when the Jackalopes have made contact, it seems like it's right at somebody, and that's just the kind of day it's been for Christian Day. No pun intended there at all.
Yeah. Matt Golda up in the 2-hole, highest in the order he's been all year. Swings at the first pitch, misses. It'll be 0-1.
He was sitting on a heater there. He got 77 miles an hour instead, and yeah, went about as well as that was going to go.
Here's the 0-1, and that was a worse pitch. Golda still swings. Count goes to 0-2. Golda today, he's flown out to center field and then reached on a fielder's choice when that situation you mentioned, Ethan, first and second, nobody out. He bunted straight at the pitcher. Vibes got the out at third base. 0-2 pitch is up and in.
Golda had taken his timeout. That last swing was one to take a timeout after and able to take a good high fastball.
1-2 pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. Golda does well to take this one, even the count at 2-2. Day working quickly in a rhythm. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball lined foul down the right field line.
Yeah, Christian Jay has thrown just 58 pitches now. It's been largely pretty darn efficient.
Economical. 2-2 pitch. Once again on the way to Golda. That is way in the dirt with the breaking ball.
That was a given. I mean, we said he'd been economical. We were saying a few pitchers he had, of course he was going to miss with the next pitch. That, you know.
Yeah. Matt Golda's worked the count full. Here's the pitch. It's hit. That will get foul. A couple of nice looking line drives off the bat have gone foul down the right field line for Golda, going the other way. Do it again on 3-2. The pitch fouled, this time behind him towards the third base dugout. Golda putting a nice little at bat together.
7 pitches so far. Don't make it 8 now.
nothing else, make Christian Day work a little bit. Here's another full count pitch. Golda hits it on the ground and through the right side for a base hit.
Fantastic at bat there from Matt Golda.
Didn't have the best start to it. 2 swings and misses. Takes the timeout, composes himself, fouls off some pitches, works the count full, lines a single the other way. So once again, the Jackalopes get a 2-out base runner. Last inning, they weren't able to do anything with it. We'll see about this time. Joe Johnson is at the plate. The first pitch is going to go to the backstop, and Golda will trot down to second base. Wild pitch for Day, first of the game.
And that at bat from Golda just changes the whole complexion of what Day is doing. He went from 58 to now 68 pitches, and just the way you think about that here in the 5th inning is totally different. And now the amount of stress on those pitches with the runner at second also really alters what this inning looks like, even if he gets out of it for Christian Day.
Well, Day seeing the Jackalopes now middle of the order for the 3rd time. Johnson in the 3-hole today. Here's the pitch. It's taken for a strike that'll even the count at 1-1. But we've seen Day this inning have a lot more misses with the off-speed real low and inside. Obviously sending that one to the backstop. 1-1 pitch is popped up. It'll get out of play.
Barely, wow.
Now it'll technically stay in the field. Land right in the bullpen. 1-2 count. Joe Johnson looking for something. Jackalopes have had a few 2-out runner in scoring position chances. They need a big hit to get them started. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses. Counts even at 2.
Yeah, if you can take advantage, get a couple runs, at least one here, obviously, against Day. You've already worked him into a higher pitch count. Maybe have more of a game plan against him in the next inning. You got to get the 1 here.
2-2 pitch is high and outside for ball 3.
Jackalopes aren't out of this ball game yet. A lot of baseball to be played, and 7-0 lead is surmountable in the Pioneer League. So if you can get Day off balance here in this inning and then really attack him the next.
What's been key is these deep counts, deep at bats. Johnson working the count full. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's lined into left field for a base hit. Golda is going to come around third and try to score. The throw is cut off. There'll be no play at the plate, and the Jackalopes are on the board. There's that first big hit we were talking about. Joe Johnson with the RBI single, and the wild pitch becomes key as Golda scores from second. No chance he scores from first on that hit. But as it stands, it is now 7-1. Grand Junction getting on the board. A couple of 2-out knocks. It will be Jake Cruz, the batter.
There's Nabachu wanted the pitch clock violation against Day. Maybe should have gotten it. Day stepped off, but it was after the pitch clock had already run down.
Here's the first pitch to Cruz. Misses inside. There was a back pick attempt down to first. Easily back was Johnson without a dive.
I don't really get that from Martinez. Had no chance of getting Johnson, and you're throwing with the left-handed batter up to first base. That just has a lot of ways that it can go wrong and not a lot that it can go right.
The pitch was taking him that direction. Cruz swings, hits this one out to center field. It's going to hang up for Carson, who will make the catch and retire the side. But on a couple of hits, the Jackalopes do score their first run of the evening. We'll head to the 6th inning. It is the Rocky Mountain Vibes 7, the Grand Junction Jackalopes 1 here on the Jakes Media Network.
Our friends at Taco Bell, along with our Grand Junction Jackalopes, have been celebrating Taco Wednesdays all season long. You know how you can cash in on a free taco? Well, all you need to do is just take your ticket from your previous home stint to any of our area Taco Bells each and every Wednesday. That's how you can cash in for that free taco. Now that's courtesy of all of the area Taco Bells, along with our Grand Junction Jackalopes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank the city of Grand Junction for helping keep our Suplizio field and our infield immaculate, and of course, fleet of foot, Mr. Secretary himself, Spencer! Leading off to the box, first baseman number 24, Casey Peterson.
Sixth inning here. Rocky Mountain Vibes up 7-1 on the home team Grand Junction Jackalopes. Connor Barton remains in the game. His third inning of relief. He's put up zeros on the scoreboard since he came in. First batter he faces will be Casey Peterson, and Barton will miss with the first pitch. Peterson was the first batter that Barton faced in this game leading off the fourth inning and worked a 4-pitch walk. Barton fires a strike here on 1-0. Peterson's been in 31 games for these Vibes, hitting .351, .490 on base percentage, working a lot of those walks. The 1-1 pitch is a called strike for 1 and 2. 21 of them, as a matter of fact.
It's got to be up there in the Pioneer League. That's a lot of walks. Let's find out.
1-2 pitch, misses down and away. Has, however, struck out 32 times.
Tied for 10th in the Pioneer League with those 21 walks.
3 home runs, 4 triples, 9 doubles, 31 RBI. Just a great all-around season for Peterson. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's swung on, popped up in the infield. Figueredo ranging over, gets it in fair territory. Puts it away for the first out of the inning. Peterson is retired.
Speaking of Figueredo and walks, he's second in the PBL in that category with 27. He and Dusty Stroop are up there in both walks and home runs, which is kind of amazing when you think about what those guys have done batting average-wise as well. They've really had a chance to do it all.
That's why Figueredo, despite his power, is so valuable at the top of the order for the Jackalopes. Speaking of Dusty Stroop, he is in the box right now with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to him was inside, causing him to spin away. Here's the 1-0 from Barton. That one's in there for a strike. Stroop has stayed away from anything soft so far in this game. He's just taken it and been ready to hit the fastball, which he has. Single and a triple, 2 for 3 today. Here's the 1-1. Another breaking ball, swung on by Stroop, fouled back. Count goes to 1 and 2. Stroop, as we mentioned, tied with Figueredo. Each club's third baseman are tied for 4th in the Pioneer League with 9 home runs. Here's the 1-2 from Connor Barton. This one is popped up in the air. Figueredo on his horse, going back, makes the catch over the shoulder in foul territory. Puts it away for the second out of the inning. Coco Figueredo has corralled 2 pop-ups. One right at him, the second not as much. Edmund American will be the hitter now, 1 for 3 on the day. As Connor Barton has stymied this Rocky Mountain Vibes offense so far. First pitch strike, 0-1. Vibes had no problem at all against the Grand Junction starter, Keenan Bartlett. Gave up 7 runs on 8 hits in 3 innings. 0-1 pitch is hit by Americon into the gap. That's going to get down and roll all the way to the wall. Americon at second base. He will stop there as the throw comes in. It will be a 2-out double for the Vibes. Grand Junction there was seeking to close out its first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. That'll have to wait a little longer. Steve Barmakian will hit now. Still 2 outs. Runner on at second base.
First hit against Connor Barton.
Yeah. In 2 2/3 innings of relief. Barton has steadied the ship. He's been exactly what the Jackalopes have needed.
I just need a little offense to go along with it. Finally got a little bit in the bottom of the 5th and trail 7-1.
First pitch to Barmakian is swung on and missed. Pulled the head on a changeup. Barmakian in just his 3rd game as a Vibe. 2 for 8 entering the day. He's 0 for 2 thus far, with reaching on catcher's interference as well in his 3 trips to the plate. 6th inning, 6th man in the order batting for the 4th time. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Connor Barton. It's high and away for ball 2. Connor Barton took a second before re-engaging with the rubber. Ready now at 2-1. Throw misses, and hopefully Barton's all right. The way he was looking at his finger and wiping his finger made me think about a possible blister. But he's pitching through it. Here's the 3-1 count. Delivers. Barmakian behind the fastball, swings, fouls it away, and the count will go full. Barmakian's really been the only hitter in this Vibes lineup that has not been on time with the fastball, I think, today.
Yeah, it's been consistent throughout all of his at-bats. He has been a bit late on it, and that included against Keenan Bartlett. And now I think your blister
I think
theory
the
might
blister
be
thing
correct.
is correct, yeah.
Got the umpire out there looking at his fingers saying, hey, you might need to get that sorted. Chris Nobenshu on his way out to the mound. Now here comes Aaron Erie, the Jackalope trainer.
Well, this would be unfortunate for Barton. He's got a full count. He's a strike away from completing 3 scoreless innings of relief, but blisters are no joke for a starting pitcher or any type of pitcher.
Yeah, it really is a problem. You know, like any other sport, a blister is whatever, but when you're spinning the ball off your finger and that's not right, it can make things very difficult.
We'll see if this is serious enough for Barton to come out of the game or if he's able to continue.
Jalen Smith has gotten up and started throwing in the Jackalope bullpen just in case. Smith typically a starter, so that's kind of interesting to see him loosening.
The conference on the mound continues with Barton, the umpire, the Jackalopes manager and trainer, and catcher Austin Shoemaker. Decision still being made. Chris Nobenshu is leaving, walking off the mound. That may tell me that Barton's going to try to pitch a little longer at least.
It's just unfortunate not only for Barton that how it will affect this coming pitch, but I wonder how much of the 3-2 count is because of that blister before he got it looked at. You mentioned he was licking his fingers earlier.
No, it was on the 3rd pitch of this at-bat that whatever it was opened up. And And Barton's definitely entitled to a few warm-up tosses here. This is a big pitch coming up. The count is full. There's 2 outs in the inning and a runner on second, so base on balls would put 2 men on with 2 out.
Thumbs up for Connor Barton. He's ready to go.
Still blowing on that finger, though.
They're trying to dry whatever super glue or liquid skin they put on there.
So the count is full. Barmakian back in the box. Connor Barton delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him. That's 3 scoreless for Connor Barton, pitching through a blister on his throwing hand. Huge outing out of the bullpen for the Jackalopes. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still 7-1, Rocky Mountain Vibes on top.
Over 13,000 square feet of flexible hotel meeting and event space. The DoubleTree Hotel, perfect for all your conference or social occasions. DoubleTree is also, as you know, the official sponsor of the hospitality suite located here on the 4th floor of the tower. Now, when you're up there, check out all the catering options from Brick City, Buffalo Wild Wings, and the Little Pink Truck. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the DoubleTree Hotel by Hilton.
Like you, we are proud to call Colorado home. And we're committed to giving back to the communities we serve across our great state. We are coming back.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Connor Barton has been tremendous out of the bullpen for Grand Junction. 3 scoreless innings of relief have kept the Rocky Mountain Vibes steady at 7 runs. Now the offense needs to respond. They've only scored once in this game. It was last inning. Ron Washington Jr. going to lead things off against the starter Christian Day, still in the ball game. First pitch inside for ball 1.
What not? That was just pitch number 76 for Day. He's been largely effective. Ran into just a tiny speed bump in the last inning.
1-0 pitch taken for a strike. This is now the longest at bat of the day for Ron Washington Jr. First game back after missing a couple with a tight hamstring. 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled off the tower here. Count goes to 1-2.
Jackalopes were able to work some deeper counts, force Day to throw some more poor pitches in the 5th. See if they can do that again.
1-2 pitch, fouled off his back foot. And that one stung a little bit. Might have been off the knee, actually, for Ron Washington Jr.
It's kind of what it looked like. He's pounding on that knee with the right hand and shaking it out now.
Count remains 1-2. Day has been working quickly all day. He's ready to go. Here's the pitch. Fouled back once again from Washington Jr.
If the Jackalopes can get something going here, Washington, the 5-hole hitter, get something going middle, bottom of the order, really set themselves up for some success. Down by just 6 runs.
1-2 pitch. Ooh. Good eye from Washington. Takes the appetizing breaking ball just low and away. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one misses as well. And it's the same spot Connor Barton was upset about not getting a call earlier, so not happening today. Full count for Ron Washington Jr. Here's the pitch. This one is handcuffed, and he's going to foul it towards the Jackalopes dugout.
That bat that started 1-2 early has turned into a nice battle here for Ron Washington Jr. Once again, working the count just like the Jackalopes did in the last inning against Day.
Yeah, Matt Golda really started at the ability of these last 4 hitters. Here's another full count pitch, and Washington Jr. is going to go down looking. It was a breaking ball that cut back over the inside corner of the plate. Not too many complaints from the Jackalopes DH. There is 1 out in the inning, and the batter will be Anthony Ray. First pitch to Ray is something we're seeing more and more of, that breaking ball that's 55 feet in the dirt. The 1-0 on the way, in there for strike 1. Tell you what, we have a pitch clock, but Christian Day doesn't need one. He's ready to go immediately. 11 seconds, he's still only 4 seconds between when he caught the ball and released that next pitch. It does miss, count as 2-1 on Ray. Next pitch coming already. It's going to go to the backstop, 3-1.
He wasn't working quite this quickly in the last half inning, or last inning anyway.
It was pretty quick, but I think it's ratcheted up a little more in this half inning. Having to throw more pitches, work deeper into counts. Here's the 3-1, that's well high and away. Anthony Ray works a walk, his second of the day, the 3rd total that Christian Day has given up. So 1 out base runner for the Jackalopes. That's an improvement over the last 2 innings when they couldn't get a man aboard until there were 2 out.
That gives them a better chance to try and bring someone around and score. Keep chipping away at this 7-1 lead for the Vibes.
One of those 2 out base runners, Matt Wong, doubled in his last plate appearance. He's going to take the first pitch outside for ball 1. Much needed at bat for Wong. A rough day at the plate, 0 for 5 last night. Tired his first at bat. Double snaps that hitless streak for him. Swings and misses at the second pitch, count even at 1-1.
Yeah, shot it down the right field line. Fastball that he was able to take the other way.
This one is swung on, it's hit in the air. Carson underneath it, makes the catch out in center field, and there will be 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, Wong just kind of lunged for that one, golfed it out there to center, and no problem for Carson. Routine fly ball.
Very much under the baseball, but you know, last night he was just swinging over the top of that pitch. Yeah. So still good to see him keeping the barrel back enough to get some contact. But yeah, routine fly ball there. There's 2 outs in the inning. First pitch to Colin Gordon is swung on and missed. The count is 0-1.
Sidewinding right-hander Jackson Cunningham has started throwing in the Vibes bullpen.
The Jackalopes have been pretty successful against him. There's the 0-1 Day, more deliberate with a runner on base, delivers low. It's really interesting to me how many teams treat they're certainly worried about Ray here at first. Here's the 1-1. That is way outside. Certainly seen a change in the last 2 innings in Day's not only command but maybe comfort out there on the mound. 2-1 pitch to Gordon. This one's hit on the ground, spinner to short, up with the ball, and it's offline. The throw pulled Peterson off the bag. He tried to swipe Gordon with the tag and came up empty. So a throwing error on a relatively routine ground ball is going to give the Jackalopes some life and extend this inning at least 1 more batter. Runners on first and second. First error of the game for the Vibes. The Jackalopes have 3. Austin Shoemaker at the dish. First pitch swung on, fouled away.
That was the one to hit for Shoemaker late on the fastball, but that was a cookie.
Shoemaker drove a breaking ball into the gap for a double in his first plate appearance, then grounded out to second. Here's the 0-1. Checks his swing. It's a called strike.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Martinez was up out of the crouch, getting ready to back pick down to second. Ultimately held onto the ball. It was the right decision. 0-2 count on Shoemaker. Day looking to get out of trouble. Here's the pitch. It's high and outside. Shoemaker does not bite. We've gone to that pitch a lot, 0-2. With the fastball high and a little bit away, and really haven't gotten any swings and misses on it.
It just hasn't been that close.
No.
Either missing far away or too high. Not one you have to think about.
Here's the 1-2, and that
Boy.
is a breaking ball that misses by a lot as well. Non-competitive pitches we talk about, right? Those were two that weren't even close, and Shoemaker's now even the count at 2-2.
At the very least, I guess you changed his eye level, maybe try something low and in. Or at least looking outside and high, but yeah, other than that, really not much benefit there for Day.
Clearly the grip on the breaking ball slipping on that last pitch. We'll see if he tries it again. That is the softer stuff. It's fouled back by Shoemaker, though. We'll do 2-2 all over again.
Kind of surprised to see him throw a changeup there after the breaking ball. Shoemaker's shown that he's been late on the fastball pretty much this whole night, so surprised he didn't try and run a fastball either up and in or somewhere else to get the out.
Swing, no, fouled.
Wow.
Foul tipped.
Okay.
Martinez tracked down the ball and put a tag on Shoemaker, but it's a foul ball.
Just staying alive there. Boy, that was close, but
We didn't have a very good angle for that swing.
no.
Can't really comment on it, but it is a foul ball. Reminder, we're a little bit down the first base line here in the press box. 2-2 is fouled away again.
Another breaking ball.
Yeah.
Hasn't seen a fastball since he was well late on it on the first pitch.
Well, and Shoemaker doubled on a breaking ball going the other way. He was late on that, so I'm not sure why we're not seeing the fastball here from Christian Day.
And that's the pitch he's had command of these last two innings.
Well,
Threw him a changeup and hit him.
Austin Shoemaker hit with the pitch, and that'll turn it around to the top of the lineup, Coco Figueredo.
And you have to take advantage here if you're the Jackalopes. This game's starting to get a little bit late. You've got the bases loaded. I know there's 2 outs, but they need Coco to come through in the worst way right here.
Well, Day's been solid, but the vibes have gifted Grand Junction this opportunity. The bases have been loaded on a walk, an error, and a hit batter. First pitch to Figueredo is high and outside for a ball.
And another changeup. Well, what has happened to Day's fastball?
Well, unless that's all he's got left on it,
I don't
which
know.
I would be surprised. But yeah, everything 80-81 out of Day's hand.
I'm surprised to still see him in the game as well. That was his 105th pitch.
How quickly it's changed from being in the 50s through 4 innings. That pitch misses as well, 2-0.
And really where it changed was, we mentioned it at the time, that Matt Golda at-bat really ran the pitch count up and has set up this situation in a lot of ways. Now the Jackalopes just need to seize the moment.
2-0 count to Figueredo. Swings and lines this one down the right field line. It's just foul.
Ooh. Coco turned around a changeup.
Real tight call. It was the right one. That was going to, in all likelihood, clear the bases.
Yeah, that was
Figueredo.
bound for the corner.
Yeah, you know, everything's been 80-81 from Day. I'm not entirely convinced, I guess, that he's thrown 6 straight changeups. That might be all he's got left
Perhaps,
on
yeah.
the fastball.
In that case, I'm surprised Jackson Cunningham is still throwing pitches on the mound in the bullpen.
2-1 pitch to Figueredo is in the dirt. Once again, just 82.
I'm also surprised Mark Goodman or Les Lancaster hasn't come out of the dugout and said, hey, at the very least, hey, last batter, empty the tank. Go get this guy. Something.
Really seems like they're
Give him a break even.
just leaving him to rot out here. He's up at 110 pitches. 3-1 count to Figueredo. Here's the offering. It is low, and that's going to walk in a run. So it is 7-2. And now we'll have a move to the bullpen after all that. So the bases will remain loaded with 2 outs. The Jackalopes score a run here in the 6th inning on a walk, an error, a hit by pitch, and another walk. Any way you can. It's now a 5-run lead for the Vibes as starter Christian Day will exit. Reliever Jackson Cunningham will come in. We'll take a quick break and come back with the bottom of the 6th in progress here on the Jackalopes Media Network.
Your attention, now pitching for the Vibes, right-hander, number 33, Jackson Cunningham. Second baseman, number 3, Matt Gold.
Jackson Cunningham, first reliever of the game for the Rocky Mountain Vibes, comes in with a pretty big spot, 2-hole hitter up in Matt Golda. Joe Johnson on deck for the Jackalopes, who have the bases loaded, trailing 7-2. The first pitch is low and away for ball 1. The Jackalopes have scored 1 run in the 5th. They've scored 1 this inning and would love to score more. They've done all this without a hit. 2 walks, a hit batter, and an error in the inning for the Vibes. The 1-0 pitch misses again. It's 2-0.
Cunningham, 13 appearances out of the pen for the Vibes, 17 and 2/3 innings. He has a 10.19 ERA, 8 Ks, 7 walks.
And Christian Day was cruising through 4 innings. The 2-0 is low and away as well. He's missed the same spot with his first 3 pitches, and it's 3-0. The Grand Junction Jackalopes are 1 ball away, bringing the tying run to the plate. There it is, ball 4. 4 straight low and away for Jackson Cunningham out of the bullpen. 3rd walk of the inning. Couple that with an error and a hit batter, and you've given the Jackalopes 2 literally free runs here in the 6th inning. And now the tying run is at the plate in the form of Joe Johnson, with Jake Cruz and Ron Washington Jr. on deck. The Vibes do need just 1 out to get out of this inning. 7-3 the score now. And we're going to have a pitch clock violation on Cunningham. That's going to put him in a 1-0 hole to Johnson. And we haven't seen 1 mound visit this inning.
I'm a little baffled by that.
1-0. Cunningham delivers to Johnson. That one is low and away for ball 2.
And here we go.
It's a different low and away to the left-handed hitter, Johnson. Finally, we're going to have a visit to the mound by Mark Goodman.
I don't understand.
A perfectly fine pitching coach, does a great job at Colorado School of Mines. I'm not sure if he was in the bathroom for the last 10 minutes or
Boy.
what was going on, but
And I get it. You're up 7-1, but again, this is the Pioneer League. The average ERA is, what, 6.5?
yeah.
It's not as much as you think. You got to play with that, especially here in the 6th inning.
And Cunningham was in the bullpen for a long time. I mean, he was warming up for a good solid 6 or 7 batters before they went to Day. Or they pulled Day and went to Cunningham, despite Day losing the zone.
Cunningham has yet to be able to find it.
Hit the number 9 hitter on a 2-2 pitch. Walked the leadoff batter
The 2-2.
on 5 pitches. Walked the number 2 hole hitter on 4 pitches. 2-0 here to Joe Johnson. Cunningham is set. Here's the pitch. Missed again. Ball 3.
The at bat that baffles me the most was that at bat with Shoemaker, the 9-hole hitter. I mean, was late on a fastball and then got nothing but junk.
He just didn't have the juice to get
No.
it by him. The speeds fell from mid-80s to 80, 81 consistently. The 3-0 pitch, Johnson doesn't even get into a stance and takes a strike.
Why not? There's 7 straight balls before that. You'd be silly to be swinging 3-0.
Yeah. Well, and more than that if you factor in before Day left the game.
And the bases are juice. That
3-1 pitch. Johnson gets into this one. It's into the gap in right center field, down for a base hit. This should clear the bases. 2-run score. 3rd runner being waved around. He'll score without a throw. Joe Johnson stands at second base with a double. And out of nothing, out of 1 hit in the inning, it's 7-6. A 3-run bases clearing double from Joe Johnson. And this game has been completely turned on its head.
the other big play in this inning worth remembering is the error by Peralta at short. Not one of these runs have been earned. Because 2 outs in the inning, they get that out, it's over. But because of the error, the Jackalopes have had a chance to get men on, bring them home.
The Vibes had this inning in the bag. They had 2 outs, got a routine grounder to short, but the throw pulled the first baseman off the bag to have runners on first and second as Jake Cruz takes strike 1. So 2 outs, runners on at first and second after the error. Since then, hit batter, walk, 3-run double. The 0-1 to Cruz is swung on and fouled back.
Good pitch there, 91 in on the hands of the left-handed batter. So you got to attack a guy like this if you are a sidewinder like Cunningham. You have to jam him inside.
Well, it's almost as if the bases not being loaded has sort of cleared up Cunningham mentally as he fires 2 very well-located pitches to open this at bat. Here's the 0-2 to Cruz. It's fouled back again. Count remains 0-2, but Cunningham's had way more of the zone in this at bat.
Yeah, again, to the point, be very careful about working Cruz away here as a side arming pitcher. There's the lefty. You get to see that ball come in across the pitcher's body. And
don't want to hang one here if you're Cunningham. Johnson lead at second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It misses high and away. 1-2 count.
Look out for the fastball jamming you inside here if you're Cruzy. That was a pitch that was called outside. Maybe not that far high and outside, but still likely a setup. See if they try and go get him low and in.
Vibes have been employers of the waste pitch today, shall we say. 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball outside. Cruz takes it for ball 2, and the count is even. The starter, Christian Day, 58 pitches through 4 innings. He was cruising. He leaves not through the 6th, throwing 109. And Cunningham has failed to retire the first 2 batters he's faced. The 2-2 pitch to Cruz is swung on and fouled away.
And the difference in these last 2 innings have been the counts. The Jackalopes have been able to foul off more pitches, take more close pitches as well. And
just way better approaches,
yeah.
Really. Too many bad first pitch outs early in this game from the Jackalopes offense. 2-2 pitch, tying run on at second. Cruz put the brakes on the swing at the last moment and takes a breaking ball inside, count full.
Did a little cha-cha slide to get out of the way of that ball that almost hit him in the back ankle. That's
Cruz,
the one where you go.
Cruz getting on via a walk or hit batter wouldn't be the worst thing in the world with Ron Washington on deck.
No.
Here's the full count offering. Cruz swings and fouls it away. Another at bat that just won't end for these Jackalopes.
It really wouldn't be a bad thing considering that Cruz was down 0-2 to start this at bat. Another deep count, another long at bat here for the Jackalopes in the inning.
No one throwing in the bullpen, might add. This is Cunningham's inning to get out of.
I don't know who was throwing in the Jackalopes bullpen. He's been ready for an hour.
This one's hit on the ground and through into left field. Johnson's going to come around to score. Up with the ball is the left fielder, Wilmer. We got a tie ball game, folks. 6 runs in the 6th inning, and it's 7-7.
6 runs and not one of them earned.
Not a single one earned. 6 runs on 2 hits in the inning, by the way. Just 7 in the game for these Jackalopes. Ron Washington Jr. began this inning with a called strikeout. As the Jackalopes have batted around, Washington Jr., the 10th man to the plate. First pitch is swung on, hit foul down the right field line. Well, this has provided a jolt of energy into this stadium that was getting pretty lifeless as the Jackalopes trailed 7-0 after 3 innings.
Yeah, if you left early. Shame on you.
This one's hit on the ground, gloved on the backhand by Stroop. He'll utilize the long hop on the throw to first. He'll be in time to get Washington Jr., but not before, as you listen to the ovation from this crowd. 6 runs on just 2 hits for the Grand Junction Jackalopes, and they tie the ball game. We're at 7-7, heading to the 7th. You're listening to the Jackalopes Media Network.
Here we go. It's time for some dad jokes. We got some funny comedians over here. We got Madeline, we got Rylan, we got Rowan, we got Paul and Bill. We're going to tell some jokes, and you guys are going to tell whoever one was the best one. So let's start with you. I know a guy. No. What's your joke?
What's a baby? You're taking it off. Ask Mama corn.
Yeah.
Where's Papa? Where's popcorn?
Oh, very good. That's good. Right on. What's your joke?
I call my horse Mayo, but sometimes mayonnaise.
That's good. Rowan.
I was wondering why the baseball was getting closer, and then it hit me.
Rowan Paul, let's hear it. What do you call it when a wife accidentally runs over her husband?
You're in the headlights.
Oh, they're all good. Who thought Madeline had the best joke? Good. Who thought Rylan had the best joke? Very good. Who thought Rowan had the best joke? Who thought Rowan Paul had the best joke? Rowan for winning. Give them a round of applause, everyone. That was Dad Joke Saturday. Let's go. Thank you so much. Leading off for the box, shortstop number 3, Elvis.
Whole new ball game here as we head to the top of the 7th inning, all tied at 7-7. For the play-by-play, here is Ethan Jordan.
Thank you, Paxton. Bottom third of the Vibes order looking to respond after a 6-run 6th inning for the Jackalopes as Elvis Peralta takes strike 1 from Connor Barton,
who remains in the game for his 4th inning of relief.
Much different inning now for Connor Barton, not only because he's thrown 3 of them already as Peralta puts a jolt into this one out to center field. Wong backing up, makes the catch belt high as he stumbled backwards towards the track for out number 1. Not only because Barton is now throwing his 4th inning, which is much different than, his 1st or 2nd, but he's pitching in a tie ball game after coming in what looked like perhaps a mop-up role in a 7-0 ball game. Now trying to hold it tied as he faces Stephen Wilmer and starts him with ball one down low.
Barton also remaining in the game despite that medical timeout he took with 2 outs in the last inning for a blister on his throwing hand. Whatever the trainer's been able to do is sufficient to treat it.
On the inside corner for strike one, 1-1 on Stephen Wilmer, who has already walked twice today after walking 3 times yesterday. Also a strikeout earlier in the ball game for Wilmer. 1-1 pitch his way is below the knees, ball 2. Jackalopes scoring all 6 of those runs in the 6th with 2 outs and with just 2 hits.
All 6 unearned.
2-1 from Barton. There's a high fastball in for a strike. Now looking up at the radar gun, that might have been a changeup at 80 miles an hour. Not the spot to throw that, but a called strike 2. Barton out of the stretch, first base side, delivers the 2-2 pitch, way up and out. And the count is full.
Yeah, those breaking balls are where the blister's going to matter. Where you're gripping the seams. Try to spin it off that finger. Obviously, we don't know which finger is bothering Barton, but
here he comes on 3-2. Fastball, foul tipped into the glove, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down so far here in the 7th for Connor Barton. We'll take a little victory lap around the mound. David Martinez coming up. Catcher hitting down in the 9 hole. He's 0 for 3. Flew out against Barton back in the 5th. First pitch to him is just on the outside corner for strike 1. Good slider there from Connor Barton.
And Barton's been the catalyst that's allowed the Jackalopes to get back in this ball game. 7-0 after 3 innings. Barton's put up 3 zeros, 1 out away from a 4th.
0-1, Martinez cranks one
jinxed
deep
it.
center field. Way back there and gone.
That one's on me, guys.
David Martinez to dead central. And the Vibes reassume the lead, 8-7. That ball was hammered.
Yeah, that was hit well. Just a little bit of a hanger from Barton, really the first mistake he's made in 4 innings, which is not
Second hit.
at all something to be ashamed of.
Second hit as a Vibe for Martinez, his first home run, and a big one at that. Now here in the 7th, the Vibes have the lead and the top of their order at the plate in Brett Carson. First pitch to him, and he lines one to center. Wong coming in, dives and makes the catch. Got a bad read, but bails himself out. And Connor Barton finishes up his 4th inning of work, but he's on the hook for the loss as we stretch here at Supplesio. It's 8-7. Jackalopes, more work to do when we come back here in the Jackalopes Media Network.
Pitching for the Vibes, right-hander number 2, Rafael Ellis.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 8-7 lead for the Rocky Mountain Vibes. And, well, ordinarily, you're just tuning in. You caught only the 7th inning. Oh, man, they blew it here in the 7th, but the fact that Jackalopes are even in this position is a bit of a minor miracle. Trailed 7-0 going into the 5th inning. Scored 6 in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game, but Vibes a home run from David Martinez have the lead 8-7. And Anthony Ray leads off for the Jackalopes and takes a fastball low and inside for ball 1. From the new arm on the mound, Rafael Kelly. 6'3" right-hander from Samana, Dominican Republic. He misses up to Ray. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, Kelly's pumping the fastball in the mid-90s, 93 and 94 with his first 2 offerings. It's going to look pretty different to Jackalope hitters than Cunningham or Day, but
Ray gives one a ride. Deep right center field. Going back, Carson. He looks up, and it's off the bottom of the wall. And Ray will pull into second with a stand-up double. That close to a game-tying home run. That thing came down right in front of the wall, barely brushed the bottom of it on its way to the big ball, a.k.a. planet Earth.
Well, that's a deep part of the park, too. I mean, Anthony Ray really got into that one, and that's the pros and cons of throwing hard, right? You can blow it by a lot of guys, but if you're able to time it and get some barrel on it, that force can be used against you, and the ball can go a long way.
Harder he throws, the farther it goes, right?
Absolutely.
First pitch to Matt Wong, swing and a miss for strike 1. Rafael Kelly, or R. Kelly, as he's listed in our scoring system. I don't know if that's a nickname you want. 7 1/3 innings, a 3.68 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Runner at second, the tying run in Anthony Ray. Swing and a miss by Wong. It's 0-2.
And even that breaking ball, that's a hard slider at 87. Just a different feel from Cunningham and Day, who was laboring in those last 2 innings, barely throwing the ball above 80 miles an hour.
Kelly from the first base side of the rubber brings the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Wong. He goes down for out number 1. Never really looked that comfortable against Rafael Kelly.
That was just a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He got the same exact pitch 3 times and the same less than stellar looking swing 3 times.
So it'll be Colin Gordon now with 1 away. Jackalopes trailing 8-7. Anthony Ray at second here in the 7th. Gordon 0 for 3. Reached on an error last time up. Takes a 94-mile-an-hour fastball down and in for ball 1. Final line for Jackson Cunningham. He goes a third of an inning, gives up 2 runs, neither of which were earned. Walked 1 batter. Swing and a miss from Gordo. Ugly looking hack there. It's 1-1. Same pitch as before. At least same location anyway. May have been a changeup there from Kelly on the inside. Gordon kind of one-handed it and came up empty. Kelly's 1-1. Gordon shoots it the other way out towards third. Stroop bodies it up and has no play. Dusty Stroop just got the chest to it, knocked it down, but then it bounded away to his left. Ray hangs on at second. And it'll be an error on Dusty Stroop. Second error against the Vibes. Now it's Austin Shoemaker. And no, we're going to see a pinch hitter. Good move here, I think, from Chris Nobbenschuh. He's going to go to his bench for right-handed hitter Jalen Hubbard. Usual second baseman for these Jackalopes. Day off today. Day off no more. In a big spot. 2 on, 1 out. Jackalopes trail 8-7. Hubbard from Missouri City, Texas. And one of the top power hitters on this Jackalopes team. Up there in the Pioneer League in home runs with 8 of them.
Well, it's still going to be a challenging at bat for Hubbard. We know he has the power, but contact has been the issue, and Kelly is probably just going to throw that slider that's going to break down and away from Hubbard.
First pitch swinging, trickles into left field, base hit. They'll send Ray around. Coming up throwing is Wilmer, and he just throws to second. Rays across to score, and we are tied at 8. Jalen Hubbard comes through off the bench.
Well, way to be aggressive from Jalen Hubbard. That's just a straight up missed location from Kelly. That slider to the right-handed batter should start in the middle of the plate and dive low and away. He's got so many swings and misses on it to the first couple of hitters, but Hubbard's able to just be out in front and hook his bat around it. Finds the hole for the base hit, and we're tied once again.
Go-ahead run now at second base in the form of Colin Gordon. Coco Figueredo, leadoff batter at the plate, takes a fastball downstairs, ball 1. Coco, just one official at bat, he flew out. He's also walked twice and been hit by a pitch. Kelly's 1-0. This is downstairs, bounces in, a bluff throw to first for Martinez. He's able to pick it out cleanly. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Kelly has not walked a lot of batters this year, but has found some trouble locating, especially with the fastball here in this inning. Peers in, now brings the hands together at the belt. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, Figueredo tags it out to right center field. This one will one-hop the wall. Gordon sent around to score. They're going to wave Hubbard as well. The throw is held up in the outfield, and the Jackalopes take the lead for the first time tonight. It's 10-8, Grand Junction. Coco Figueredo with a big 2-out or 1-out double.
How about this? 9 runs in the last inning and a third for the Jackalopes, and they may not be done with the 2-3-4 of their lineup heading to the plate.
At 2 is Matt Golda. Single and a walk in 4 trips. Swings and misses at an 88-mile-an-hour changeup for strike 1.
Well, and early in the game, it was the Vibes that were jumping on the first pitch and hunting the fastball, and now it's the Jackalopes. Just shows you how the momentum in this game shifted.
Golda off the end of the bat out to shallow right field. Barmakian coming on hard. Going out is Encarnacion, and ultimately it's the second baseman who grabs it a third of the way into the outfield for out number 2.
Barmakian did not have the best read on that baseball.
Tried to really hustle in, and
a lot of right fielders probably make that play, but Encarnacion hustling back.
Barmakian may have made it himself, but he would have probably had to slide, maybe even dive to do it.
Yeah, just the difference in confidence in these two teams right now.
It's Joe Johnson at the plate now with 2 outs, and he goes after the first pitch and swings through a changeup.
I mean, just we weren't seeing this at all or we were, but it was from the Vibes. Just, daddy hacks on the first pitch of the at bat.
Speaking of that, which smart pitch there from Kelly to show Johnson to change up first pitch, knowing that they're going after the first one, looking for a fastball. 0-1, now Johnson gets the fastball, serves it out to center field, base hit. Here comes Figueredo around third. He's in to score easily. Carson had some trouble with it in center. And this train's got a full head of steam now for the Jackalopes. They lead it 11-8. Good luck slowing it down. Jay Cruz coming up. Big single in the 6th inning. Part of the rally for the Jackalopes when they tied the game. Came into that 6th, trailing 7-1. They lead it 11-8 now as Cruz takes a pitch high for ball 1. And how about this effort from the Jackalopes in this inning? You have the big momentum shift. You score 6 in the 6th, tie it at 7. Then all of a sudden, top of the 7th inning, home run. And you feel like it's shifting back towards the Vibes? Well, I'll tell you what dugout it's in now. First pitch to Cruz is in the dirt.
Well, and there's no question that the momentum of the game is with the Jackalopes right now, but just you touching on it earlier, they had a lot of momentum after their 6-run inning last inning and still gave up the home run and the lead. So this is Pioneer League baseball, man. There's a lot of twists and turns to come, possibly.
Yeah, we'll see what aspect of the bullpen, what strings Chris Novinci wants to tug here in the late innings. Next pitch is fouled away by Cruz, wraps a fastball past first. It's 2-1.
Could change, but at the moment he's not tugging any strings. He's going to ride Connor Barton, it appears.
Barton's
Be his
throwing a lot of pitches.
Fifth inning of work, yeah, if he comes back out, which he will since no one's warming up.
Pitch to Cruz, fouls it back. It's 2-2. Yeah, Barton has thrown 65 pitches in those 4 innings out of the bullpen. He's been fantastic, but you wonder just how long you can ride that horse.
Well, and how long you can keep a lineup off balance, right? I mean, not somebody with the starting pitcher's mindset who's used to mixing up his sequencing for multiple times through the order.
Once again, Crucy pulls it foul, and we'll do it again, 2-2. 11-8 Jackalopes, bottom of the 7th. Went on with 2 outs for Jacob Cruz. Yeah, and if you're Barton, you're seeing the lineup for the 2nd time now. So we'll see how that factors in. Another 2-2 on the way. Cruz swings and misses. Good changeup out of the zone. Perfect pitch from Kelly, really. And Cruz strikes out to end the inning. And, what do we got going on, Ryan? Some words being exchanged. Dugouts will empty. Bullpen's coming to join the fray. Nobody has done anything yet, though Jalen Hubbard is walking menacingly over towards the Vibes dugout where Kelly was having words with Jake Cruz. Now Tyler Sandoval also jawing, as is Austin Shoemaker, but it's nothing more than words. And boy, Kelly is really fired up, having to be restrained by Casey Peterson.
Yeah, Kelly is certainly the most upset at the moment. He's literally being restrained in a bear hug by one of his teammates. They're dragging him towards the dugout. And he was yelling and gesturing at the Grand Junction players. Not sure what was said, but the Jackalopes reacted by walking out. And once one guy walks out, everybody's got to join him.
I'll tell you what, Jalen Hubbard was ready to rumble. He wasn't having any of it. Who knows what Kelly said? I'm guessing it was directed at Cruz. Maybe Cruz said something to him and that got him fired up. Who knows? Now everybody will kind of meander back to their places. Remember, these two teams had an incident last year down in Rocky Mountain. Now some of the Vibes coaching staff having some heated words with the umpires. Chris Novinci will join that conversation.
Not really sure what there is to argue in terms of a call.
All right. Well,
unless the Vibes feel somebody should be punished for what just happened.
No one touched anyone.
If anything, it's Kelly.
Yeah.
At least from what we saw. I mean,
and now
we can't hear anything, obviously, down on the field.
Well, now the umpires are all fired up. Cody Cornett's yelling at the Jackalopes coaching staff to get back in the dugout, other than Chris Novinci, who's having some words with him as Billy Joel's Piano Man plays over the loudspeaker. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday, indeed. Maybe a song about a Saturday night by a different piano man, Elton John. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting would be more appropriate, but we'll stick with Billy Joel. 11-8 lead for the Jackalopes. I suppose we'll just keep it right here.
Might as well, because these conversations aren't over. I'm not sure what's being talked about. Maybe the umpires are issuing some warnings. Lots of different things could be going on here. Ultimately, we did have the benches clear. No pushing or shoving or punching of any kind, but everybody stared each other down pretty well.
So Chris Novinci is still
the game's
talking.
taken an emotional turn, right? The Rocky Mountain Vibes led this game 7-0. They blew a 7-run lead. Was tied, retook the lead 8-7, and now Kelly giving up 4 runs in that inning to give the Jackalopes their current 11-8 lead, and he's certainly not pleased with his own performance. Maybe he's not pleased with something that was said by a Jackalopes player, but
what I'm confused about now is Chris Novinci is still talking to Cody Cornett. Still. I don't know if he wants Kelly thrown out of the game or what, but they're still talking, and Cornette has been rather animated of late, gesturing at the Jackalopes coaching staff and still kind of jawing with Chris Nobenschu. Both guys not overly animated, but not taking it easy either. Now let's play some baseball, huh? All right. Well, Connor Barton's going to get about 1 million warm-up pitches here.
Now we got to talk to the other coach.
And Connor Barton continues to throw. He's now thrown more warm-up pitches than pitches in the actual game, 65.
This has to be related to somebody getting tossed or somebody getting warnings and everybody being mad that the other team started it.
Well, I didn't see any ejections.
I didn't either,
but that doesn't mean there weren't any.
Right.
My eyes were on
Didn't see it.
the man being forcibly restrained and Jalen Hubbard stalking towards the dugout.
Didn't see any motion, but when you have this long of a conversation, usually each coach is sort of try to play victim to the umpire and say it was the other guys.
Now, hang on a second.
Doing all the fighting.
Well, Chris Nobenschu is okay. I saw him walking off. It's like he couldn't. He's talking to Jackalopes president Mick Ritter about something. All right. Well,
we might be ready to play some baseball.
Turns out much ado about nothing.
That we know of. I would be shocked if there weren't warnings issued. I mean,
certainly.
You don't want to see any, hit batters here or anything of that sort.
No, that was exactly what I was about to say. If you're the Jackalopes, this first pitch to Joe Encarnacion should probably be called outside. Let's not tempt fate, right? And now Cody Cornette is signaling warnings to both dugouts, but especially towards the Jackalope dugout, and the fans don't like it. Okay. Are we going to play baseball now? Maybe.
Well, if that needed to be done right now, then I'm not sure what the last 5 minutes were about, but hey, we're playing.
All right, Connor Barton finally sets Joe Encarnacion into the box. First pitch is inside for ball one. Top of the 8th inning, 11-8 lead for the Jackalopes. 6 runs in the 6th, 4 in the 7th. Next pitch, Peter in there at 87, with strike one. Well, if nothing else, if the crowd wasn't already behind the Jackalopes, they really are now. It's about the biggest ovation I've heard for a strike one in a while. So the 1-1 is down low. It's 2 balls and a strike. Right-hander loosening in the Jacks bullpen. It's Manny Rosario. Here comes the pitch. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike on Encarnacion. Tried a slider, didn't come back across the plate for Barton. Fastball by his bat at 86, and the count's full. Left-hander throwing in the Vibes pen. It's Reed Butts. We saw last night. 3-2, low and outside, ball 4. Encarnacion draws the leadoff walk. And it'll bring Casey Peterson to the plate, who is one of the larger peacemakers for the Vibes, and perhaps the lone reason that Rafael Kelly didn't get in more trouble than he had to. He was the main guy to hold Kelly back. And what do we got going on here? Peterson.
It's a meeting at the mound,
well,
first off.
Peterson was also talking with home plate umpire Cody Cornette, and now it looks like Chris Nobenschu is going to go to his bullpen. So Barton on an awfully short leash coming out for his 5th inning of work, as you might expect. And he will give up the baseball after 4 terrific innings of relief. 4
he should get it.
Incredibly necessary.
He deserves this ovation.
Yeah.
I did notice Barton sort of stepping towards the dugout and looking at the dugout after those last couple pitches. It may be that the blister is bothering him a little more again, so
or perhaps
go to the bullpen.
Perhaps he was told that his leash was short. Hey, you're going out for your 5th. If we see anything wrong, we're gonna go to the pen. And the man out of the pen is Manny Rosario. We'll step aside as Manny gets loose. 11-8 Jackalopes here in the 8th. Manny Rosario on in the 8th inning. 11-8 lead for the Jackalopes. Man on, nobody out for Rocky Mountain. Rosario, right-hander from St. Petersburg, Florida, 27 years old. Jackalopes turn it over after 4 terrific innings from Connor Barton. Not his final line because the runner at first does belong to him, but 4 innings, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. After what looked like such a tough start to the game for the Jackalopes, Barton came on in a 7-0 Vibes lead. Was able to anchor things down on the defensive end while the Jackalopes came back and have taken an 11-8 lead. Rosario's 12th appearance of the year. He's got 21 innings under his belt, a 9.00 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 12 walks. Problems for Rosario this year have really resulted from walks followed by home runs, so keep an eye on that. A walk ahead of him wasn't his own, has Encarnacion at first. Rosario will start with his old teammate, Casey Peterson. First pitch from Manny is a fastball on the inside for strike 1, 90 miles an hour right out of the gate. The stretch in the 0-1 pitch. On the ground, foul wide of first. And Peterson falls behind 0-2.
Good to see Manny start with a couple of strikes. Obviously, control, especially right off the bat in his outings, been a problem sometimes.
0-2, slider is popped up on the infield. Figueredo looks like he'll take it towards the line. Now drifts back a couple steps to his left, makes the catch. And there's out number 1. So good start for Manny Rosario out of the pen. Now he'll see Dusty Stroop. Better to see him now with just 1 on rather than more than that. A chance to tie the game on 1 swing. Can't do that here. He's got 2 hits tonight, a single and a triple. Back in the first 2 innings. He's blown out twice since.
9 home runs as well, top 5 in the league, most on this team.
First pitch is across the inside corner for strike 1. Rosario turns and peers at the runner at first, Encarnacion. Comes to the belt. Kicks and comes home. Line drive down the third base line, that's a fair ball. Encarnacion will cruise around second and head to third, held up there. And it's a double for Dusty Stroop. Just a bullet inside the third base bag. Hopped once on the back of the infield and into the corner. And now the tying run will come to the plate for Rocky Mountain. The tying run is Edmund American. Doubled his last time up. He's 2 for 4.
Oh, it almost looked like we had a little bit of a pitcher's duel going for a while there in the middle innings, but all that's out the window at this point.
First pitch to American, good heater at the top of the zone for strike 1.
Both teams with double-digit hits, one team with double-digit runs.
Tied at 11 hits apiece. Jackalopes ahead 11-8 where it counts. Rosario trying to keep it that way. 0-1 is in the dirt. Shoemaker smothers it. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield playing pretty much straight away against American. Infield fairly similar, though Johnson in a bit at first.
Wong does seem a little bit shallow in center.
Pitch is low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, I'm a little interested to see that, considering that American is the tying run. Obviously, here in the 8th inning, you don't want anybody to score, but you don't want one over your head to put the tying run in scoring position. Wong plays a mean center field, though. Trust him to set up. 2-1, swing and a miss. High changeup. American was early, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another arm has gotten up in the Vibes bullpen. It's a right-hander. Here's Rosario's 2-2. Fastball below the zone. The count's full. Chris Macca is the guy up and throwing. Jackalopes have Diego Jordan up in their pen. 3-2 pitch. Check swing and no swing according to the third base umpire Josh Gonzalez. And Americon draws the walk on a low pitch. So now they're loaded up. Tying run on base, and Steve Barmakian headed to the plate. But first, pitching coach Bobby Chenard will come out of the bullpen, or out of the dugout to talk to Rosario. He'll gather the entire infield on the pitcher's mound. 11-8 lead for the Jacks, but the bases juiced up here for the Vibes. Game that has seen a lot of twists and turns. 7 runs in the first 3 innings for Rocky Mountain. Connor Barton limited them to just 1 in the subsequent 4. Jackalopes scored 6 in the 6th, 4 more in the 7th, and currently enjoy that 3-run lead, though precarious as it is with the tying run at first.
Well, we said there'd be more to come, wouldn't there? I mean, big spot for Rosario. Obviously, you don't like to see him losing control of the zone, but at the same time, he is now a ground ball away from getting out of the inning, and we know that Manny can get a ground ball.
Runner at third does not belong to him. It's Joe Encarnacion. Stroop at second, Americon at first. Steve Barmakian in the left-hand batter's box. First pitch fastball is in tight around the hips for ball 1. Barmakian an 0 for 4 day, maybe officially 0 for 3, reached on a catcher's interference in the first. 1-0, fastball, and he rolls it foul, but it hit off himself or the batter's box, something on its way out, and it's 1-1. Vibes have had the lead twice, obviously scored those first 7 runs. After the Jackalopes tied it in the 6th, got the lead right back on a home run. Jackalopes answered the call in the bottom half of the 7th. Rosario trying to preserve that lead. Here's his pitch. High and outside, and it's 2-1. See how much more lead Manny Rosario has. This is his batter right here, Steve Barmakian. He gets him, he'll have the next, I imagine. 2-1 pitch. Fastball looked pretty good, just off the inside corner, and it's 3-1. Those are the kind of misses you can live with from Rosario. That was a good pitch. But now he's got to be even more precise, know where to put Steve Barmakian. Don't want to walk the tying run into scoring position here. Rosario waiting for Barmakian to come attend to him. Now he comes set and throws. Low ball 4. Back-to-back walks from Rosario. It pushes a run across. Encarnacion scores. That'll go against Barton. But more importantly, it makes it an 11-9 ball game, and the tying run stands at second base in the form of Edmund Americon. Elvis Peralta to the plate.
Certainly a dangerous hitter here.
Nobenshu will exit the dugout and go to his bullpen. Well, Chris Nobenshu not leaving it to chance here. He's going to go to his closer, Diego Jordan, to try and get the 5-out save. And coming in a tough spot. Bases loaded, tying run at second when we return here in the 8th on the Jackalopes Media Network. Diego Jordan on to pitch for the Jackalopes in a tight spot. Bases loaded, 1 out. And tying run at second. Jackalopes up 11-9 here in the 8th inning. Jordan, 6'4", right-hander, 23 years old, from Chandler, Arizona, and Park University. 5th appearance, 5 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, no runs. He'll face Elvis Peralta. First pitch right on left is in there for strike 1. Stroop at third, American at second, Barmakian at first. Jordan reaches and deals. Fastball fouled back, and it's 0-2.
Well, obviously a big second out to get here if Jordan can get it.
Middle shaded
Starting
for the
ahead 0-2.
middle shaded for the double play. Corners are in. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the cheddar at 92. And Peralta strikes out. So now it'll be Stephen Wilmer, still with that tying run at second base.
This is a pinch hitter.
Yeah, we're going to see a different guy come on here. See if we can get a number. Hasn't turned around. Okay. There we go. It's Ethan Lopez who has come on to pinch hit. Started yesterday. Right-handed hitter from Whittier, California. Tying run at second here in the 8th. First pitch, called strike 1. Pitch is popped up. Foul. It's 0-2.
Well, Diego Jordan has just come on and pumped strikes. He's going to force Ethan Lopez to beat him. Vibes have sat down the righty in the bullpen. It should be Reed Butts next inning.
Jordan comes set. Here's his 0-2. Fouled off the tower, and we'll do it again. Lopez, just 39 at-bats this year, has been hurt. Came off the injured list to start this series. Had a home run, had 2 home runs last night, as well as a single and a walk. Chance to do some real damage here with the tying run at second. Jackalopes up 11-9. 0-2. Fouled back. Lopez stays alive. Fastball at 91.
Well, it's really a classic battle here between a hitter that's locked in and a pitcher that's locked in. They've kind of come to a draw the last 3 pitches, fouling them away.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball, line to right. Over to the line goes Ray. It lands in front of him and gets by him. 1 run's in to score. 2 runs will score. Around from first comes Barmakian, and the Vibes have taken the lead here in the 8th. Anthony Ray misplayed that ball in right field going towards the line. Kind of got caught in between and ultimately never got in front of the ball. It got by him. And ends up being a triple for Lopez, and it's a 12-11 Rocky Mountain lead here with 2 outs in the 8th.
Ray kind of caught in between going for the spectacular, game-saving catch. He probably could have played that conservatively, let it drop, and have it be a two-run single, but instead he tries to cut the angle, doesn't get there, and the ball gets by him.
Well, instead of being tied, it's a lead for the Vibes. And Jordan will face David Martinez with the runner at third base. First pitch to Martinez is above the letters for ball one.
First ball from Jordan on his 9th pitch. Exactly what you want coming out of the pen in a big spot with runners on base. He's been in the zone.
1-0, swung on and missed. It's a ball and a strike. Martinez's home run gave the Vibes the lead in the 7th.
It's the difference in this game right now. Each team had groupings of 7 runs and now 4 spots in the bottom of the 7th, top of the 8th.
Which is now downstairs. 2 balls and a strike on Martinez. Jordan trying to refocus and get out of here with just the 1-run advantage for the Vibes. Here's his 2-1 pitch. By the bat at 91, it's 2-2. Fastball fouled away. 93, a little bit extra from Jordan. So we'll do it again. Martinez has taken his timeout. As soon as he's awarded it, he's back in the box ready to go. It's my kind of timeout. Jordan with the 2-2. Fastball downstairs. Shoemaker tried to frame it up. Wasn't fooling anybody. And the count's full. Jordan brings it 3-2. Pulled foul down third and into the bullpen. Crowd is quieted a little bit after the 4-run top of the inning for Rocky Mountain. 3-2 pitch over his head, ball 4. Trying to break in ball on 3-2 and
interesting time for your first one of the day.
Another walk in the inning, 3 of them, no 4. So, let you guess what the issue has been here in the frame. Now Brett Carson coming up. Vibes have gone through the order here in the 8th inning against 3 different pitchers.
It's been a lot of damage with the bottom half of the Vibes order. Getting on base, turning it over.
First pitch to Carson is in there for strike 1. Brett Carson, an infield single. He's also lined out, grounded out, walked, and he's grounded out twice. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Carson. Jordan another chance to get out of this inning. On the corners, 2 outs. Diego Jordan brings the hands together. Brings it home. On the ground, diving stop made by Goldie, flips to second base, Gordon covering, fine play by Matt Goldis, saves a run. And we will go to the bottom of the 8th, a 12-11 Vibes lead. Ethan Lopez comes through huge off the bench. Jackalopes looking to respond when we come back here on the Jackalopes Media Network.
Now pitching for the Vibes, number 21, Chris Macbeth.
Jackalopes in need of another comeback effort. We'll have to do it against Chris Macca. He's on to pitch for Rocky Mountain here in the bottom of the 8th. Vibes lead it 12-11. Macca, the right-hander, 6'2", from Tampa, Florida. First pitch is in the dirt to Ron Washington Jr. Macca just turned 25 back on June 25th. RWJ in his return, 1 for 4, single back in the second. Next pitch on the ground sharply past Peterson at first, a base hit. Casey tried to pick it with the backhand, couldn't get to it. It was humming. And the Jackalopes have the tying run on here to start this 8th inning. And we're going to see maybe pinch runner. I heard the word Ethan being uttered.
Yeah.
Yep. Ethan Smith is going to come on to run for Ron Washington Jr. Now, if you're just joining us and thinking, hey, can't Ron run okay? Well, he's coming back from a tight hamstring, so just making sure that they've got not only the best speed out there, but a guy who is not nursing a hammy. So it'll be Ethan Smith on to run for Washington Jr., representing the tying run at first. The batter will be Anthony Ray.
Washington in the DH spot in the order today, so Smith will just assume that. Jackalopes would like to finish up this game without that spot in the order coming back around.
First pitch bounces in, and Smith is going to get to second base. Martinez knocked it down, but he went the wrong way to grab it. Smith, great instincts, gets to second, and the tying run is in scoring position.
What a read by Ethan Smith. David Martinez didn't know where the ball was. Ethan Smith did. Getting an extra 90 feet. We'll see if the bunt's still on here. Try and get him to third with one out.
Macca's been quite good, 13 2/3 innings, a 3.29 ERA. Needs every bit of that here. Ray pulls back a bunt, takes ball 2.
So Ray, the left-handed hitter, is going to want to get this down on the third base side. Force Stroop to field this ball.
And now it almost hits him as he pulls it back again. Good wherewithal from Ray to not only leap out of the way of the pitch, but pull the bunt back as he did so. Now he's ahead 3 balls and no strikes. Matt Wong waits on deck for the Jackalopes. Here's the 3-0. Ray lays it down third base side. It's going to trickle foul. Macca finally gets a strike, and it's 3-1. 12-11 the lead for the Vibes here in the 8th. Single from Ron Washington Jr. and what do we call that? Paxton, pass ball, wild pitch, stolen base for Smith.
Wild pitch.
Wild pitch. Smith stands at second. And Ray pulls back the bunt again, takes ball 4. Trying to give himself up, and Chris Macca puts him on for free.
Well, now it'll be Matt Wong's responsibility to get the bunt down.
And this becomes a little trickier, as now there's a force out at third base. We'll see what Wong can do. Corners are in, looking for that bunt. Wong squares early, lays it down towards the mound, and Macca goes to third. They tag out Ethan Smith there. Didn't need to do that, but slapped the tag on him from Stroop, and another poor bunt executed by the Jackalopes.
That's twice now that the Jackalopes have just hit a bunt right at the pitcher. I said we needed to make Stroop field that ball so that the play is not at third with him covering the bag. But didn't work out on that occasion.
That'll be 2 men on for Colin Gordon. See what he does. Switch hitter from the left side. Going to swing away and takes ball 1.
Yeah, the bunt's not on here. You gain nothing by making the second out of the inning, bringing the 9-hole hitter to the plate. Give 2 of your guys chances to come through with a base hit. We know Gordon's capable.
Austin Shoemaker will have to hit for himself this time as well if it comes to that, as Gordon takes ball 2. Jalen Hubbard pinch hit for him, but the Jackalopes are out of their free pinch hitter, and Shoemaker's the only catcher available on the roster. 2-0 pitch to Gordon. He takes upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. Colin officially 0 for 4. He's reached twice on errors. Both the vibed errors have been against Colin Gordon. Add in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Macca looking to find the zone. Does not. Misses outside with the fastball, just barely. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded up for Austin Shoemaker. Mark Goodman's going to visit with his pitcher.
A little uncharacteristic from Macca. We've seen loss of control, a couple of 4-pitch walks in this inning. Bailed out slightly by the bad bunt attempt that's kept the runners in non-threatening places until now.
Well, Austin Shoemaker back after Jalen Hubbard pinch hit for him in the 7th. Tip of the cap to Jalen Hubbard, who came through with a huge single in the 7th off the bench. But now it'll be Shoemaker to try and get the job done himself. Here in this 8th inning, Jackalopes trailing 12-11.
So Shoemaker, your approach here is you're looking for anything up in the zone. You want to hit a line drive or a fly ball. Ground ball absolutely kills you here. Fly ball could score a run. Obviously a line drive is a good chance at being a base hit. But you want to see something up in the zone. Don't roll anything over.
Corners in, middle looking for the double play. Shoemaker takes a fastball high and outside for ball 1. 94 on the gun from Macca. Bases full of Jackalopes here in the 8th. 1-0 to Shoemaker. He takes strike 1, slider in there.
Still a good take from Shoemaker. That was a well-executed pitch. Low in the zone, a breaking ball, and not a lot in the zone from Macca recently.
1-1, Shoemaker flies it in the air, shallow right field, back goes Encarnacion, in comes Barmakian. Right fielder will take it, see if they test him, they do. Ray's running, the throw to the plate is high, and Anthony Ray out by a country mile. Decided to try it with 2 outs, and it does not work out for the Jackalopes, as Ray is thrown out to end the inning. So they'll have to try and do it in the 9th. Diego Jordan trying to keep it at 12-11 when we come back here in the Jackalopes Media Network. Jackalopes failed to score in the 8th inning. Anthony Ray thrown out at the plate. And we go to the 9th, 12-11, Rocky Mountain. Jalen Smith is on out of the bullpen to try and keep things right where they are. Smith has been a starter for most of this year, but in a key relief role here tonight. Jalen Smith from Caparis Cove, Texas. Maybe there's caves there, I don't know. 23 years old, but is a longtime pro. Has been in the professional ranks for a while, despite his younger age. He's made 7 appearances this year, 4 of them starts, 23 1/3 innings, a 10.80 ERA. First pitch of his appearance is to Joe Encarnacion, who pulls back a bunt for ball 1.
Yeah, obviously a risky move going with Smith, the left-hander, against the meat of the Vibes order, 2, 3, 4. Only one of those hitters is left-handed.
Pitch misses up. It's 2-0.
With that being Peterson in the 3-hole.
Smith has really struggled with the walks this year. 20 strikeouts, 21 walks in 23 1/3 innings. (2-0) to Joe Encarnacion is in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Joe walked last time up, leading off the 8th inning. An inning where the Vibes brought 9 men to the plate, scored 4 of them, and took the lead. Also a single and a triple today for second baseman. Here's the pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner for strike 1. 4-pitch mix from Jalen Smith. 2-seamer, changeup, slurve, and a 4-seam rarely. Here it is, 3-1. 2-seamer, and it's fouled back. And the count's full. I think he got a piece of Shoemaker on its way back there. The payoff pitch goes to the backstop, ball 4. Well, bad omen. This inning starts the same way as the last, and, well, again, we know what happened last time. Casey Peterson coming up. It'll be left on left for Smith. 12-11, the Vibes lead it here in the 9th. Jackalopes have already come back twice in this ball game, have even had a lead. Blew that in the top of the 8th inning. It's a 6-run 6th, the 4-run 7th that allowed the Jakes to take that lead.
Well, this is the guy that Jalen Smith absolutely has to get. Left-on-left matchup here with Peterson.
And for 4 day with the walk for Casey Peterson. Runner goes, pitch is pulled foul. Peterson falls behind 0-1. Smith working from the third base side, looks in. Comes into the high set and fires. Slurve misses low and outside at 69 miles an hour. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith almost dropped into a half arm slot there to deliver that pitch. Never was a strike. That was 1-1. Fastball in tight. 2 balls and 1 strike on Casey Peterson.
Encarnacion was running on the first pitch, and it was off first movement. Hasn't been running since, but it'll be interesting to see how aggressive the Vibes play this and try to extend the lead.
2-1 not going. Peterson pops the pitch up foul, and it's an even 2-2 count.
Smith is staring down the runner as he begins his leg kick.
Hasn't thrown over that way just yet.
Can easily throw a couple stutter steps in there to maybe unsettle.
2-2, there goes the runner. Pitch is a called strike 3, throw to second base. Gordon tags out Encarnacion. Strike him out, throw him out for the Jackalopes. Things looking a little bit brighter here in the top of the 9th inning.
Well, Jackalopes ran themselves out of an inning. In the bottom of the 8th, the Vibes may have done the same. Jalen Smith went with the slide step after that leg kick for 4 pitches in a row. Encarnacion was running first movement, as I said. And a huge clutch throw from Austin Shoemaker to get the runner, get that second out.
Vibes not necessarily out of any inning when this guy's at the plate, Dusty Stroop, who takes low and outside for ball 1. He's 3/4 of the way to the cycle. Single, triple, and double. 3 for 5 officially.
Don't worry about the one he still needs.
The 1-0. Fastball is high. 2 balls and no strikes. I am but a reporter, stating facts. And they're going to put Stroop on for free here, getting some special treatment.
Once you fall behind 2-0, you might as well. I mean, first base is almost the minimum that he's reaching, the way Stroop has been swinging the bat of late.
So he's on at first for Edmund Americon. The other reason is Americon's a lefty.
Yeah.
Americon's got 2 hits, but has not faced a lefty. Smith delivers and misses low for ball 1. Americon 2 for 4 with a walk. Driven in 2 runs as well. Pitch is up. It's 2-0. Jackalopes going to right the ship before the series ends. Lost last night, down 12-11 here in the 9th. 2-0. Fastball is low and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Then the welcome the Boise Hawks to town for 3, including the 4th of July game on Tuesday. Get your tickets now. Tickets.gjjackalopes.com. 3-0 pitch. On the outside corner for strike 1. See some fireworks going off in the distance.
Another left-handed hitter on deck if Americon does reach.
3-1. Chopper towards second. Golda charging to his left. Gathers, throws. And we go to the bottom of the 9th in a 1-run game. Jackalopes chance to tie, maybe win this thing. We've got the top of their order. Figueredo, Golda, Johnson due up when we come back here in the Jackalopes Media Network.
Leading off for the Jackalopes, top of the order, third baseman number 1, Coco Figueredo.
Top of the Jackalope order, due up in the 9th inning, down 12-11. They'll face Chris Macca, starting with Coco Figueredo. Coco a big double in the 7th. He's also walked twice and been hit by a pitch. Switch hitter from the left side. Macca into his wind. First pitch, Coco takes high and outside for ball 1.
16 pitches, just 5 strikes for Macca. It's obviously something he's going to need to correct if he's going to close out this win for the Vibes.
Next pitch went off speed and outside and low this time. 2 balls and no strikes. pitch is in there on the outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball dotted up on the outside corner at 94. Pitcher's pitch, and it's 2-2. That's some fireworks right out beyond right field. That's what you're hearing. Fireworks shows Tuesday. Take it easy. Glad it wasn't during a pitch or something. That would be a little interesting. Guy's halfway through his wind. Well, anyway, here comes the 2-2. Figueredo shoots it foul. We'll do it again. Another 2-2. Coco tried to check his swing, couldn't do it. And a ball in the dirt, and he's tagged out. 1 away. And now Matt Golda will have to try and get something started. Jackalopes down 12-11 here in the 9th.
Second baseman, number 3, Matt Gold.
Matt Gold has been really living up to that traditional number 2 hitter role. He's worked deep into the count.
High chopper over the head of Stroop and into left field, a base hit. Golda's going to make a wide turn at first, but he'll stop there with the single, and the tying run is on here for the Jackalopes. And the winning run coming to the plate, center stage, Joe Johnson.
Well, Matt Golda had a tremendous game of working the count, but does well to recognize that Mac is going to want to groove strike 1 here after falling behind so many hitters. Jumps on the first pitch. It's a nice little high hop over the head of Stroop, and the tying run's aboard.
Johnson has the lone walk-off hit for the Jackalopes this year. First pitch is in the dirt, gets away from Martinez, and the tying run goes to second. Johnson will climb out, adjust his batting gloves. Macca looking in, Goldo away from second. Playing Johnson pretty much straight up. Next pitch is a fastball called strike 2, or called strike 1, beg your pardon.
1-1 count. The tying run now in scoring position thanks to that pass ball from Martinez.
Macca's 1-1. Johnson hits it on the line out to left field. That's going to drop in and go to the wall. This game is tied. Joe Johnson on his way to second. The throw there, not in time. And Joe Johnson comes through clutch again. And now the Jackalopes have a chance to win it. Tied at 12, the winning run in scoring position for Jake Cruz. Cruz is 1 for 5. Single in the 6th, and they're going to put him on for free. So fill up the empty first base. I'll force out all around. And an interesting decision as it brings up Ron Washington Jr. 2 hits and 5 trips for Ron. 1 out. Bottom 9, 12-12 game. Ron Washington Jr. a chance to win it for the Jackalopes. Macca brings them together. Here it comes. Ron takes low and outside for ball 1.
It's really been a show of faith in Macca by his Vibes coaching staff. There's nobody in the bullpen. This is his game despite having around a 35% strike throwing rate.
1-0 on the way. In the dirt, knocked down. Great save from Martinez as he goes into the left-hand batter's box to do it. And it's a 2-0 count on Ron Washington Jr. Macca toes the rubber.
Strike rate now below 33% for Macca.
Washington awaits a 2-0. Here it comes. Again in the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. Still fireworks going off beyond right center field. Ron hoping for some of his own. Ahead in the count, 3-0. Here's the pitch. Washington on the ground, up the third base line, foul ball. Just wide of the bag. And it's 3-1 on Ron Washington Jr.
Tough break, correct call. Just to the left of that third base bag. Would have no doubt been a winner for the Jackalopes. Washington jumping all over that 3-0 pitch. We'll see if that makes Macca think twice about coming in the zone here.
Here comes 3-1. Swing and a miss. Ron getting a little over aggressive. Swung and missed at ball 4. And the count's full. Are we destined for the first knockout round here at Simplesio? Not if Ron Washington Jr. has anything to say about it. 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Anthony Ray. The pressure builds on Chris Macca. Any mistake from him or David Martinez wins it for the Jackalopes. Johnson at third, Cruz at second, Washington Jr. at first. Anthony Ray at the plate. First pitch, A. Ray late on 94, and it's 0-1.
Well, do or die defense here for the Vibes with 1 out and the bases loaded. Infield in on the grass, outfield super shallow. Any decent fly ball is going to end the game here.
0-1. A. Ray takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ray has 3 walks in the ball game today and a double. Macca nods yes to a sign. The kick in the 1-1 pitch. Ray fouls one back, hunting a fastball on 1-1. Just missed it, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Ray's been in this spot before, getting 2 strikes on him and still working a long at bat that ended in a walk. Obviously, that would end the game here. We'd love a base hit of any kind as well.
1-2 coming. Ray takes just off the plate. Heart stopper, but it's 2-2. Macca will have to wait as Anthony Ray takes his batter's timeout. 12-12 game in the 9th. Bases loaded for the Jackalopes, 1 out. Anthony Ray at the dish. 2-2 pitch. Ray foul tips it into the glove, held onto by Martinez for strike 3. So it will be up to Matt Wong. Something has to give. 2 outs, bases loaded, tie game in inning number 9. Wong will either send this one home or send us to the knockout round. Everyone on the top step of the dugout on both sides. First pitch to Wong. Takes low, Martinez saves it, ball 1. That one, a danger pitch for Macca. Johnson at third represents the winning run. Bases are loaded, so there's a force out all around. Other than that, Johnson's the only man that matters right now on the base paths. Wong awaits in the right-hand batter's box. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the ground to first. Peterson spears it, scrambles to his feet, goes to the bag, and for the first time in 2023 here at Simplesio, we are headed to the knockout round. If you're unfamiliar, the knockout round is essentially a copyright home run derby. That's why they call it the knockout round, but that gives you an idea. Home run derby to decide this thing. Each team will select a pitcher and a batter. Pitcher will be one of the coaching staff. Batter will be whoever the teams choose. I think I can tell you who the Jackalopes are going to go with. His name starts with Ron and ends with Washington Jr. Each batter gets 2 minutes and 5 swings, whichever comes first. Vibes will go first, being the away team. See who they select to handle both parts of their knockout round. Jackalopes have one KO round under their belt this year. It was in northern Colorado. They were able to beat the Owls. Ron Washington Jr. hit 3 of them. And the Owls answered with none of their own.
Well, this is going to be fun. Obviously, you want to see the Jackalopes win that game in the bottom of the 9th, but this will be a unique way to end this game if you haven't seen it before. We'll go ahead and take a break and be back with the knockout round after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for more baseball? So a couple seasons ago, the Pioneer League enacted what is referred to as the knockout rule. And when the teams are tied at the end of 9 innings, the knockout rule takes effect. So each team will designate
First knockout round here at Saplesio Field. Jackalopes and Vibes need a little extra to decide this one. 12-12 ball game after 9. Vibes will hit first. Again, 5 outs or 2 minutes, whichever comes first. Looks like Les Lancaster is going to throw for Rocky Mountain. Seeing who may hit. David Martinez has a bat, but I don't think it's going to be him.
So we'll see what happens tonight. Our president of the Grand Junction Jackalopes, Nick Ritter, is down on the field. And we'll see if we can get him by the wireless microphone, and he'll lead us through the knockout.
So it appears it's going to be David Martinez stepping up to the plate. As a reminder, each team has 2 minutes. It's the same hitter, 1 hitter from each team. Gets 2 minutes, 5 swings, whichever comes first, to hit as many home runs as they can. David Martinez, an interesting choice. He does have a home run today,
Don't start
but
until they start throwing the first pitch.
he's been the number 9 hitter in the order.
Well, Martinez first pitch missed. These are just warm-up pitches right now.
No, it's not.
No, okay, no. Martinez launches one. Oh, wow. Okay. And there's one for David Martinez.
Was it?
Yeah, that one got out of here.
It ended up back on the field.
It bounded off the bleachers.
Okay.
He's got one. He's got
One that missed, now
2
2
outs.
that missed.
I think he has 3 outs now. I think he had 1 before the home run and then 2 since.
No, that was his
Boy.
first swing.
Okay.
Nick Ritter.
Somebody's got to keep me in line.
That one also doesn't leave the yard.
This one's
This
got
one
a
looks
chance.
a lot better, but short.
A little bit short, so 1 out to play with for Martinez. And I
So
don't.
is it 5 outs or 5 swings?
Same thing. Swing that's not a home run is an out, and
Oh,
there's the
sure.
5th. So Ron Washington Jr. needs 2 in order to win it. Going to need to get the clock situation figured out. We've got 2 clocks running, and I didn't know which one was right in the first round, but now they'll just go with the one on the video board. Okay, Ron Washington Jr. needs 2 home runs to win this game for the Jackalopes. There is pressure. Their Vibes got 1. If we wind up tied after 1 round, by the way, each team chooses a different hitter, and we do it again.
Well, just with the way this game was so topsy-turvy, it's a deserving ending, really. Vibes led this game 7-0. Jackalopes led this game 11-8. Neither lead held up. Now we're here in the knockout round.
So Chris
Jackalopes.
Nobenschuh will throw to Ron Washington Jr. Alex Nielsen will catch him. All right, there we go. 2 home runs for the win. Ron looks at the first one. Clock supposed to have started. It hasn't. There it goes. Ron misses the first. 1 out. This one hit high in the air. That does not have the legs.
It's not going to go.
So 2 outs for Ron Washington Jr. Fireworks smoke hovering in the air. Takes one down low. Looking for his pitch. Now he hammers one to left. Does it have the distance? Yes, it does! Just over the wall, inside the mini monster, and we are tied 1 apiece. Ron hits one high, deep left field. Does it have the legs? No. Just shy. Everyone out of the Jackalope dugout in front of it was surging towards home plate, but it's out number 3 for Ron Washington Jr. He's hit 1, tied this knockout round.
1 minute on the clock.
That one hit him. Oh boy. Next one in on the hands.
It's not gonna do it.
All right, down to the final out for Ron Washington Jr. here in the knockout round. He gives one a ride. Deep center field. It is short. One hops the wall.
Wrong part of the park.
All right, so this gets really interesting. I personally haven't seen it before. We will go to the second batch of hitters. Each guy got 1. And it looks like Jacob Cruz is going to hit for the Jackalopes. See who it is for the Vibes.
Not sure they know yet, to be honest.
And this has got to be a weird one. You know, Ron knows he's the guy. Typically, you know if you're the guy, and he's had experience with this knockout round.
Well, and you know,
Cruz hasn't.
interesting. Ron Washington, obviously the slam dunk choice, not only because he's a great home run hitter, but he's right-handed, and that plays so well in this park, going 302 down the left field line. The other good options for the Jackalopes are Joe Johnson and Jake Cruz, both left-handed hitters. Means they're gonna, if they're going pull side, they're gonna have to get a little more of it to leave the yard.
I wonder if Chenard was healthy, if they would go with him, but he's not, and so it'll be Jake Cruz. Switch the order the second time through, so the Jackalopes will start with Jake Cruz. And here we go.
Pressure's on Coach to throw some strikes here.
Yeah, missed a few to Ron as well. Cruz waiting for his, trying to go the other way, and it's a foul ball and out number 1. Now he pops one up, won't leave the infield. And this is so tough when you haven't done it before. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't go with Jalen Hubbard. Nice line drive from Cruzy, but that's out number 3.
Does they have to be in the game? Because Hubbard's not in the game.
I don't believe so, as Cruz
It's not going.
will leave this one short in center field. Closest one he's had, but he's down to his last out. One last chance for Jake Cruz. He's got a minute to play with, so he can really look for his pitch. And he fouls it back, and well, that's the Jackalopes round, and the Vibes, in a strange twist, have a chance to walk it off here on the road.
All they need is one single home run. Jake Cruz. When you got 2 minutes to pick your pitch, eye level is not one you want to pull the trigger on.
Dusty Stroop will hit for the Vibes. I don't think that makes anyone in a Grand Junction uniform feel very good.
Why do they get warm-up pitches and we don't, though?
I don't know. Well, Stroop will climb in.
Interesting concept.
And away we go with
All
the
he
second part of
needs
round 2.
is one.
Well, hammered that pitch into the left center field
every
gap.
single one's going to be a hold your breath moment.
1 out. 2 minutes starts to feel real long right about now. 1 apiece in the first round. None for Jacob Cruz here in the second. Strube with a towering shot out to left. That one's got a great chance to go. And it does. And Dusty Stroop wins the knockout round and the ball game for the Vibes. Just needed one, a moon scraper that finds its way out to left. The Jackalopes get walked off on their home field. That's got to be a strange feeling. In a game that was so close and saw 3 comeback efforts from Grand Junction, not able to finish it off in the knockout round. So the score officially ends 12-12, which is mildly confusing, but the Vibes do get the victory, and they improve on this Pioneer League season to 13-20. Jackalopes fall to 15-20 on the year. Once again, pitching a touchy point for the Jackalopes. Starter Keenan Bartlett gave up 7. The bullpen gives up 5 more. Offense tried its best to come back. 6 runs in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and an extra one to tie it in the 9th, but it was not enough in the end. A home run in the knockout round, in the second round of the knockout round, in fact, for Dusty Stroop, wins it for the Vibes. Well, we'll play again tomorrow. Perhaps we'll see something as entertaining as we did today. We almost had a fight. Had 3 comebacks from the Jackalopes and a knockout round. Can't really beat that. It'll be an afternoon ball game. 2:05 first pitch. Will be on the air at 2 o'clock for a little Sunday matinee action here from Simplesio Field. Hope you can join us. That'll just about do it for us tonight. Final lines: 12 runs, 14 hits, 3 errors for the Jackalopes. Those errors, by the way, did not help anything either. Same thing goes for the Vibes, though. 12 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors, and a knockout round winner. For everyone here with the GJ Jackalopes, our Jackalope TV crew, Emily, Titus, Keisha, and Jennifer, my partner in the booth, Paxton Ritchie, I'm Ethan Jordan saying so long from Grand Junction. Vibes winning in the knockout round. We'll talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Good night.